Hello, good morning. Can you guys hear me? I know the last time I started this, I think I had some technical issues with my microphone. Can somebody let me know if you guys can hear me? Good morning. Oh, you can hear me? Okay, good. Okay, so welcome to our live stream. You might notice something a little bit different. I have a picture of Ramana up in the background. Ramana Maharshi, for those of you who don't know, I strongly consider him my spiritual teacher, and I just am so excited. And yeah. So, okay, you guys know this by now. I really don't like to do too long of an intro on these live streams because as I'm like kind of up and about and getting ready for this, I start to kind of channel in messages, and today is no different, and I don't like to lose the messages, but I do just want to remind those of you who are patrons that we have our live stream tomorrow. Typically we do our live streams over there at the end of the month, and we're doing it at the beginning of the month now. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10, and the one that we voted on is the debrief closure reading, which I'm kind of already feeling like it's going to pair really nicely with this reading. So I just wanted to remind you guys over there. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this reading. So this reading is how do they see you? So as usual, I'm going to have 3 piles. And for those of you who don't, I feel like there's usually more than one pile that will pertain to your situation. More often than not, I feel like that's how Spirit likes to do it. At least on my channel, I do kind of notice that some of the piles seem to be connected, even if it's not, you know, both piles describe your situation from your point of view. A lot of times one of the piles will be your energy and from your perspective. And I feel like Spirit does that because it's really helpful to kind of sift the energy back and forth and to understand that sometimes 2 things can be true. Those of you who know me or who've been on my channel, you know I'm a Gemini in Western, and Gemini is yes and energy. And I don't know why I'm really being asked to highlight this for you. There's this like yes and kind of a vibe, like 2 things can be true. You know, I don't know if some of you are trying to kind of pin down responsibility or blame, or really try to pin down like exactly what went wrong, and you want it to be this like very logical, okay, everything kind of makes sense. It can happen that, you know, you have a point from your perspective, like, you know, things kind of worked out a certain way for you. And then also, another thing can be true from their side and from their perspective. You know, sometimes things in life, especially when we're dealing with people and emotions and stuff, it doesn't line up perfectly. And given that this is a reading about how do they see you, I always like to give this little caveat. A lot of times, the way that people see us isn't how we see ourselves. It's not how we relate to ourselves. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's true just because that's a way that somebody is seeing us. I know that can be a little bit triggering, especially for those of us who like have a very strong sense of self and put a lot of stock into that. And we really hope that we're coming across in the world. Sometimes for whatever reason, it just doesn't like come across that way because everybody has their own lens. And it reminds me, there is a quote that says, if a woman has 8 children, there are 8 mothers. Because first of all, like, she shows up differently to cater to each one of the children and like their independent needs, but also within the minds of each of those children, they have a mother and they each see that mother differently, even though it's the same person. And I think when we're digging into the realms of spirituality, when we're digging into the realms of psyche, it's really helpful to know that there's this kind of refraction that like sort of happens, and really taking the time to hold space for that magic that kind of occurs here. Because in a way, we're all living in a giant brain. We have brains, but then we're living like in a giant brain, and neurons are firing different ways. And I just want to kind of ground us in that understanding before we go poking around in how other people see us. And I also just want to remind you not to put too much stock in how other people are seeing you, but it might help you navigate the situation and understand a little bit more of where they're coming from, or why they made the decisions that they did, or where your relationship is going, or little quirks in their behavior you didn't exactly understand. So with that being said, I am actually getting that there is a strong energy of regret here in this first pile. I've been picking that up all morning. I'm gonna draw 3 piles. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. And I think that this person maybe felt like they got too far ahead of themselves in pile number 1. And it was like, but they've really learned that lesson because they're coming through and like, don't get ahead of yourself, Jess. So this person maybe felt like they put the cart before the horse, or made certain assumptions. And Oh, thank you. Okay, so yeah, I know that I cannot change the past. So this is definitely somebody from your past that is coming through. But we're gonna go ahead and get 3 piles. And I just want to remind you, like sometimes if you listen to more than one pile or all 3 piles, it can really help you get those different perspectives. And it's like a way that you can kind of plot coordinates. You know what I mean? Remember like the graph work that we had to do as kids where it's like, okay, well on the x-axis it's this, that's your axis, on their axis it's the y, and then you kind of can figure out where in the plane where like those two things kind of come together, which then you can use in your reflective work to understand, oh, well, here's my own perspective. Well, I wasn't factoring that in, or they weren't factoring this in. You know, just using this as a tool for self-awareness, because everything in life is relationship. And we can truly, relationship is the best mirror. It's such a potent spiritual tool. And sometimes I do get asked, you know, well, I don't really understand, like, well, you know, I'm understanding all of these things about this other person. Certainly I'm supposed to do something with it. And to me, it's like, yes, hermit. Like I just picture the hermit. It's a mirror back. It's helping you to understand yourself. So yeah, it's just data points. Everything in life is kind of just data and information, but it's sentient as well. Everything's kind of alive, and alive things move. That's another thing I want to tell you. With these coordinates, they're not necessarily static. They kind of move around because everything is alive. It's like just kind of like vibrating. Okay, pile number 1 has such a strong energy, and it's really, really wanting to come through. I feel like this person really does want to come back and explain certain things. So I'm going to take that as pile number 1. This relationships energy. And for those of you who care, it says, I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. I'm strongly getting that this person feels that you serve their higher good. I'm hearing, and I want to serve your higher good as well. I feel like this person's really open, or would be very open to having like an open, honest conversation with you. Okay, so that's pile 1. Let's get an energy here for pile number 2. All right, spirit energy for pile number 2. Messages for the highest vibrational good. I'm just so happy to see him. And you guys can't see this, but like I have another picture of him on this wall, and I feel like I'm just sitting in between the 2 Ramanas. Okay, so pile number 2's energy, please, spirit. I just heard freedom from fear for pile number 2. Which is a book by Eric Fromm. Love that book. Okay, so we got the adversity card. It says, I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. That's pile number 2. I'm going to hold all of them up together. Got some new energies that are coming out. I actually really like this because a lot of times I'll notice that the same, because I always shuffle the cards for the piles, and I'll notice like weirdly, the same cards will keep coming out for like a couple of weeks or a month as we're like processing through certain energies. And again, it's that sifter kind of work where spirit is, I feel like, really trying to kind of loop you around. You know how spiritualists say the path is not a straight line, the path is a circle. So a lot of times, like if you kind of get repeat energies or it's like a repeat theme, spirit is really just trying to walk you around and around. It's like chewing, it's masticating, like just really, really breaking it down, really, really chewing it so that you can actually ingest it, digest it, and integrate that knowledge into your psyche. That's the potent work that we're doing here. Okay. A little anxious and stick to my gut, like my intuition. Interesting. All right. I literally just saw the worry card when you said that. Okay, so spirit for pile number 3. Messages for the highest vibrational good of all beings. Please, spirit for pile number 3. I keep seeing the failure card. And purpose keeps coming out at the bottom of the deck. And I'm hearing that Justin Bieber song, You Give Me Purpose. Oh, interesting. Loneliness. I know that I am never alone. So that's pile number 3. Hello, hello. Okay. Oh, interesting. And I just want to say courage. I just heard have courage, have courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. And I feel like these are kind of coming out because, again, that question of like, what does this relationship mean? What am I supposed to do like about this, you know? Well, this is all about your inner work, and it says take courage. A lot of times we have to take courage to look at ourselves, to look at life, to look at these relationships, to look at these situations. And I think for a lot of you, it's going to bring you purpose, or it's going to connect you. It says, I know what I'm here to do. And I keep seeing this freedom card. Or no, it's peace, freedom and peace. I'm a being of love, and I release all negative energy. Okay. Yeah, there's some energetic purging. Okay, so I'm hearing energy work, and I'm also hearing after this reading, a lot of you might want to take the similar steps. Hey, Goldie. take similar steps that you would take after you got energy work like Reiki or something, where you're resting and making sure you're drinking a lot of water, because I'm hearing they're going to move some energy. They're going to bring something up for your awareness. It'll happen like at some point during this live stream. There'll be something that'll click in for you, and it's actually going to knock something loose, and then they're going to actually want to move it out of your energy stream. So make sure that you're drinking lots of water. If you can like be in a calmer energy, at least at some point today. They're saying at some point today, if you can spend some time alone, even if it's in the shower. They say if it's in the shower, that would be very helpful. So, okay, so I'll hold all these up. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. Let's hold these up for you. I'll let you look at that for a minute here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Hibiscus tea. Oh, 1:11 a.m. You're a ride or die. Okay. So, all right, pile number 1, let's go ahead and get into this. Now, this is the one, like I said, there's really, really potent energy. I feel like you are a very significant relationship for this person, and your presence in this person's life and some kind of conversations that you said represents a turning point. Like you've really given this person something, and I'm hearing that word masticate. You've given this person something to think about, and I think in some way it links back to their values. Like either you said something about your values, or something about your mom, like your mom's values, or like your friends. Like, I don't know, you've really given this person something to kind of think about. And I'm hearing, am I the asshole? So I feel like you've really sparked this person kind of thinking about like, am I the asshole? Or I thought you were the asshole. There's this kind of like, I think this person went for a long time just assuming that like you were the asshole and they just couldn't get along with you, and that you were different. That's what I'm hearing. You were different than a lot of the women that this person had been around. And I'm really strongly getting a friend group here, because I think this person may have a lot of women around. So I'm hearing they could have sisters. They just could have been around like a lot of women, and there's like a certain kind of talk, a certain kind of way that these women talk or show up in the world, and you represent something different than that. And so you kind of represented this different energy, and that was divinely guided. Look at him. It's divinely guided. And you were always meant to kind of get this person, I'm hearing, to grow up, to level up, to turn inward and to start reflecting. But instead they kind of blamed you for this. But now it's actually really amazing, because this person is starting to kind of think and reflect. So in terms of how they're seeing you, well, this person is kind of starting to, I'm seeing you clearly for the first time, because you've given this person, I'm watching somebody kind of clean off their own lens. And this is what Jesus meant when he said, first remove the log from your own eye. You don't want to get into the spiritual journey or even start thinking about things if you have a dirty lens, because all the data and information that you perceive in the world is going to be kind of tainted by that negative lens. And that's spiritual work. That's the work of the spiritual path. It's just kind of, removing the obstructions. And that's, this person has done this in a big way. I'm hearing you might not even recognize this person, like on a mental level, the way that they're thinking. And this person may, I think if you reached out or if you ran into this person, they might be actually like very insular. And it's just because they're in the middle of this process and you've initiated this, and they really think a lot over your energy. And I'm picturing little sand, how like a little grain of sand will get into like an oyster, and it irritates it until it kind of like becomes this pearl. And I feel like you are the grain of sand. And at first it was like very irritating. You guys are so sweet. It's because I got the lighting right, for those of you who were here last time. Anyways, so you are that person that is like becoming the pearl. So in terms of how this person sees you, they feel like they haven't really seen you clearly, and they're being very just like reflective and regretful, and just remorseful. I'm also getting that this person feels alone, or they might be getting a lot of time alone here just at this current time. And they're doing a lot of reflecting on these relationships, and especially their relationships with women. And this isn't just romantic relationships either. This is like conversation. They're reflecting on conversations that they had with women. And again, it's like sisters, friend groups, the types of women that they've been around, because you've given them a comparison, is what I'm getting. Now, okay, so I wrote some things down so I wouldn't forget it, because it was coming through so clear, and then sometimes I can get like jumbled, and I feel like that's almost a message here from this person as well. It's like they'll have these moments of clarity. I think this is when they were around you. They would have these moments of clarity, and then certain things would happen, and maybe I'm getting that a lot of you did work with this person or interacted with them at their job or something. And certain things would just kind of like they would forget, or they tried to make a connection with you and then they would just kind of like forget. But so I'm hearing like these two songs, and one of them is called Someone to You, and it's by this band called Banners, and it's all caps, Banners. I love that song. It's my favorite song right now, but it's like, I want to be somebody to someone, oh, I want to be somebody to someone, oh. So I feel like this person like really wanted to be somebody to you. They wanted to stand out to you. They wanted to talk with you. They wanted to have a relationship with you. And then there's this other energy that's kind of coming in, and it's Thinking of You by Kesha. It's like, can I catch you later? Are you having fun with your fugly girlfriend? Yeah, I've moved on. And I kind of feel like that's your energy towards this person, where you're kind of looking back, like you might actually feel a little bit salty about this person. Like maybe you wanted something with them, you wanted to be someone with them. And then now you feel like you've done your reflecting, you've done your processing. You feel like this person was treating you one of many, or again, there's something here about a group of women. And like, because I keep seeing like Venus and Mercury, like talk, but like group, friends with benefits. I'm hearing like, there's something here about that was like affecting you and affecting your situation. And so now it's like you feel like you've gotten away, and that this person didn't really treat you like they should have been treating you. And this person's kind of realizing that now too. But like I said, I feel like that's your energy towards them. And they're realizing that they really actually did, want something with you. Now, the interesting thing is, I did a reading not too long ago, and it was this Peter Pan energy, and that energy came in really strong too. And I feel like the reason that Peter Pan energy, it was pile number 3 in one of the last, it wasn't a live stream, it was one of the last videos that I've done, the drunk dial video. That's what it was. And it was like, this person is Peter Pan, and your energy was windy, and it was meant to spark this person to grow up. Well, I'm kind of getting that energy here. Now, for some of you, it's like, this was in your like decent past, like way past, because I'm picturing in my mind the Hermit card and the Empress. And I feel like that's the energies that are coming through here. And I kind of want to say, I feel like there's an older male and a younger female. Now, take that however it resonates. I do feel like there's some age difference here, but it also, if it's not that it's an older male and a younger female, then it's just showing like this masculine energy is older now, and they've actually leveled up in terms of their maturity now, and they're looking back on you when you were a younger female, maybe when you were in your maiden phase, or just when you were a younger female, something here like that. But there's definitely that energy coming through of like this older male, younger female, however that's coming through for you. And I feel like, now if this was in your Virgo, Hermit is Virgo, right? So if this person's from your decent past, then it's like this person has had a lot of experiences and they have like kind of leveled up. But for those of you who this is like not very much in your decent past, I feel like something was said, especially said, and it was by a woman. So it was either by you and it was just said in conversation, or it was another woman here and something was like brought up in conversation, and it just like immediately sent this person into that hermit mode where they went in and they started to kind of like really, they were like, I really missed something here. It started this like whole reflection process, and that moment, okay, is sacred, that sacred spark. And I feel like you were always meant to do this here for this person. Now what happened after that, it's like, I'm hearing for a lot of you, like you could have been together, like you really could have. So I don't know if this is going to lead to that or not. That's neither here nor there, but it's this moment of introspection. And so for a lot of you, I think this person literally grew up like a lot overnight. Like I'm hearing from the Grinch, and his heart grew 3 sizes that day. Like this person, something happened where they actually really leveled up in terms of their perspective, okay? And that perspective is important, because when you have a lens change, a perspective change, well, now you can actually go back and do the forensic reflective work, right? So it's not that this person all of a sudden has all the answers. I still feel like this person's very much in process. And it's like, you're the starting point where they're like, they misjudged you. Oh, okay, yeah. Literally just use the word misjudged. Like they misjudged you, they mischaracterized you, they didn't really understand something here, and they're starting to realize that you were always communicating something. I'm kind of getting that this person was so maybe wrapped up with women and like the conversations with women. I am hearing like, again, friends with benefits. This person could have been dating like multiple people. It doesn't have to be that way for all of you, but there could have been, I'm hearing at least like 3 women that this person really took, like they were all in their head, and it kept something very much on their reflection of you and their analysis of you very much on a surface level. So this person missed a lot. That's what they're starting to realize. They missed a lot. And so now they have gone within themselves, and they're starting to masticate. They're starting to chew on your energy. And like through them, okay, so I'm picturing like somebody chewing, and it's like as they chew, like the flavor gets released and they're tasting different flavors. What's that called? Umami or something. Like there's a type of like flavor experience where it's like crazy, like a crazy combination or something. You're this person's umami. And they're like, I've been chewing foods my whole life. I've never had this like umami, like kind of an experience, but you are that for this person. You've given this person like a whole other octave, a whole other like something to consider in regards, especially like to their relationships, their conversations, and especially the types of women they choose to be around. It's not just guys that do that. This is a human thing. And I think that men are particularly susceptible to doing this in our society because they're not as encouraged to engage with their inner realms and their emotional space. A lot of them are made fun of. And I do think that it's very important that we hold space for them and let them know actually like you should be like going further into this space. And then also I think that there's like further hurdles because as an adult male where they're supposed to know everything, they're supposed to be strong, they're supposed to be like all this stuff, it's really hard to be a beginner and to fumble around. And I think all of us can relate to that. You know, if you've been very accomplished in certain things and then you have to start over and you're used to not feeling awkward and you don't like that feeling, you know, so I think like it's easy for men to kind of get caught in this loop, especially in regards of relationships. So it's like there's this disconnect with this person where it's like they want to create very good relationships, they just don't have the skills. Honestly, I'm hearing this person doesn't have the social skills, and it might not be readily apparent. I just heard ADD, but it might not be readily apparent to you that this person doesn't have those social skills because I think they talk a lot with women. I think they might talk a lot, or there's something pleasant about the way that they speak. They can speak on a broad variety of topics, and maybe a lot of those things are social issues. Maybe some of them are women's causes. Maybe it's like creativity or something. But if you really listen, it's like it's not actually connected to like the inner realms. It's not intuition. I'm hearing intuitive because intuitive means like coming from within. So it's like this person just has like not explored their inner realms, but you have pushed this person into their inner realms where they're starting to I'm hearing ask their heart. They're starting to kind of like analyze their heart. So, okay. Now what I'm picturing with the hermit and the empress. Now for some of you, I feel like this person could potentially be in a relationship. But for others of you, it's like they are chronically non-committal. And so they just, I kind of feel like this person, they like flit around. I kind of want to say like they cheat, but it's weird because it's like, well, I don't really cheat. It's just I'm non-committal. So they might have like an agreement or an understanding with people. I don't know, because I don't know. This person's like, it's not really cheating. You know, it's like, I'm not really a liar. I'm not really a this. I'm not really a that. I just, you know, so it could be that they're upfront about this kind of behavior. I don't know. But for some of you, they are in a relationship. It's just regardless of what this person's romantic situation, because I'm hearing there is stuff going on here in this person's like romantic life, but they still feel very much alone. And I feel like they are getting a lot of time alone. And this person has actually started to look back in their past. And you know how like the emperor, like or not the emperor, interesting. Okay, so this person maybe moved from the emperor to the hermit, which is very good. They built something up that they shouldn't have. And this person's actually, believe it or not, I'm hearing you're an angel to this person because this person's chewing on your energy, they don't need to experience a tower moment that they would have had to experience in the future because they've built something up, and it is an image and it's an identity and it's an order and a structure that actually needs to be torn down in order for them to reunite or like to be connected with their own their own inner self. Hi, Crystal and Maven. Like they need to connect with that and then build from that place. So this person I feel like has built a life and a friend. There's something here about this Mercury Venus situation. Their relationships with women, that the levels of conversations that they're having with women, that does not really reflect them. It does not really suit them. So this person has sorry. I keep getting distracted by the chat. I'm going to keep on with this and then I'll answer your guys' questions later. So they're actually turning around, and you know how the emperor, I keep saying it, the emperor, this person really is like, no, I'm the emperor, but they need to learn how to be the hermit. So this person, you know, the hermit has the lantern. I'm picturing that you are the one in that lantern, but you're showing up to me as Tinkerbell, which is another like interesting reference to like the whole Peter Pan situation. And so like this person, you are the lantern, you are the little light with the pixie dust. Like, so this person is looking back and they're realizing that there's something very magical about you. But you know how Tinkerbell doesn't talk? Like she just moves like her body, and she's kind of like always throwing a fit, like and like all the pixie dust. This person is kind of recognizing that there's something about body language, that bodies talk, and that you were always kind of communicating that you were displeased or not happy or uncomfortable, or you felt left out, or that something was wrong. You were always kind of communicating that something was wrong. But it was like kind of, you know, in your body. This person didn't have the skills to understand you, is kind of like what I'm getting. They did it because you're magical. This person thinks you're magical. And some of you are tiny, like Tinkerbell, you know, like you're magical and you're like a force to be reckoned with, but you're like tiny, or maybe you're just smaller than them, or I don't know, but there's something where it's like she is small, but she is like mighty, or like in her energy or something, or they think that you're really cute. And I think that's another thing, is like they just thought that you were cute, but you are actually powerful. That's another thing. It just could be they thought that your energy was cute or like much more lightweight. So this person's like looking at you in the lantern, and they're just realizing that there's a lot that they could have missed. And really, like I keep wanting to say, you've given this person a comparison. And I think this person's very regretful because they feel like they listened to people that they shouldn't have, or they were giving other people other choices in a interesting, they thought that they gave the wrong people their attention. And it could have been multiple people, like honestly. And I'm really strongly getting that it could have been, I'm hearing friends with benefits. So it could have been just like, you know, this person was hooking up with their friends, or they had people that were very controlling of them. And yeah, because I'm hearing petulant. Like there were certain energies around that were petulant, or causing this. It feels like in the past, this person always had, even though you stood out to them as magical, this person always had their energy, their attention, like really moved away from you. And they are now starting to kind of realize this, that they actually feel alone, but they see you as the Empress now. So I do feel like there's been some kind of like yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting, that you never really dated this person, and that maybe you were friends, and that you maybe had conversations, but this person, I think, was entertaining conversations with others. They might have thought that you were doing this as well, but there's something coming through, like, I'm remembering an Am I the Asshole thread that I read on, or saw in a video, something, and it was like, this guy, he was a father, and he was like, am I the asshole because I'm 5'6", and my 16-year-old daughter got invited to a wedding, and she is invited to be a bridesmaid, and she has to wear heels to be in the bridesmaid. But, oh, thank you so much for the super chat, 1111. Yes, so it's like, oh, she had to wear heels. And he was like, am I the a-hole for not wanting her to wear heels? Because when she wears heels, she's taller than me. And clearly he is the a-hole, but he went into like all this, well, I've needed all this therapy. My brothers used to make fun of me. My dad used to make fun of me. You know, it was a really toxic family environment. There was a lot more problems. And then I've had to work so hard processing it. I really don't want this to get re-triggered. And what he didn't understand, there's something here like this, where I do feel like there's self-esteem at play, where it's like this person felt like, I don't know if they didn't want you to be better than them or taller than them or something that they were supposed to be. Like there could have been some self-esteem issues at play, but it strikes me, I feel like there's something here with this person of the mirroring between the two of you, where like in that scenario, okay, he was a child and his height is not something that he can control, right? It's completely out of his control. So he has this wounding and now he has this trigger. Whenever you have a trigger, that's not an excuse to just be full, you know, just, oh, well, I have a trigger, everybody's got to deal with my trigger. No, if you're actually working through it, it's like, you know what to do when your trigger gets triggered. You know, you don't just expect everyone to kind of like deal with it. You do try to avoid your triggers, but it's life. You're not always going to be able to. Not only that, but this man's in his 40s. He's got quite a leg up on his 16-year-old daughter, on his brain development and his life experience and being able to actually manage this. And he's like, well, I've been in therapy and I've like really done a lot of healing. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. You know? But what he failed to see about his daughter is that he was doing the same thing to her that he had done to her. Because just like even though they have the opposite problem, where she's very tall for her age and he's very short, or shorter than he wanted to be, just like he's only looking at it like, well, I have this height problem, you know, and I'm trying to defend my self-esteem. Well, so does she in your eyes, but she's just like you. She can't control her height, you know, but he wasn't seeing the similar undercurrent that actually he was doing to his daughter what was done to him. He was actually perpetuating that wound. He was passing it on instead of neutralizing it. If he had healed, he had neutralized it. And I feel like there's something here like going on, and that could be in terms of family, like maybe this person did get picked up on in their family or something like that, maybe even by women. But there's this like weird mirroring that's kind of going on in this situation for this person. But this person, in terms of how they see you now, they're, like I've been kind of describing, this person, it's actually very sacred, the process that this person is going through, where they are changing. They're shifting and changing the way that they view you. I think in the past, this person really underestimated you. I keep hearing the word less than, like they looked at you like you were less than you are. They categorized you as being less than. Potentially the other women that were around, I'm hearing like 3 women. I feel like there's 3 specific women that this person kind of like put above you and like listen to them more than you, something like that. And there could have been gossip that was going on as well. And so this person maybe elevated the things that they were hearing from other women instead of actually getting on your level, getting to know you. I'm hearing, well, you never really just like got to know me. And then again, this person's self-esteem issues also could have gotten in the way. All they could see was that you were wearing heels. They couldn't see anything about you beyond that, your traits, like all they could focus on was that like kind of low self-esteem thing. And for some of you, that's why they entertained other partners. Is it was their way of kind of like trying to level out the field or something. And they're realizing now that that was immature. And that you actually, yes, you were different. Because remember I said at the beginning, it's like you had a different energy and this person blamed you for that. Like, well, you don't make sense because you don't do all the same things that these other women do for me. You don't say the same things. You don't profess the same values. Like, and maybe there is even like that's what I'm getting, because with Mercury, like the splitting, Mercury is always dual, right? So there's like a splitting of your character. So I feel like on the one hand, you're really cute and you're silly and you're playful and you're fun. On the other hand, you're very intelligent and you're very, I'm hearing acumen, and that intelligence, I think, has been the driving force in you becoming the Empress. Because it was the engine and this person couldn't really see your engine. And so now, again, I think you're looking back on this person that's like, now that you've made something of yourself, now that I've gotten away from you, and so for some of you have moved away from this person, you live at a distance from this person, and now that you've gotten some road behind you, I feel like you're coming out of your that's what it is. So you're exactly mirroring each other because you're coming out of your hermit mode and you are now the Empress. So you are glowing or you're abundant the Empress is the embodiment of all 4 queens. So you got the Queen of Swords, you got the intelligence, you got the, all of it. You got the Queen of Wands, you got the Queen, you are you integrated. You went within and you actually integrated. And this person can see the power of that now. And I feel like before it was just words. So this person was like, yeah, well, I don't believe that. Or, and it's like, they can't argue with your success. They can't argue with the proof is in the pudding is what I'm hearing. And I feel like the proof is in the pudding with these other people that they had around. And I'm kind of getting for a lot of these people, if they are in a relationship and you know this person to be married, or with the Empress being here, I would think that they might be married, they might have children. There's something here like that. Well, this was like a friends with benefits relationship, or it was like, it wasn't serious. They don't have a deep connection. They might not even profess the same values or something. This person I'm hearing, they could have been a mimic. And they had some kind of an agreement. And maybe this person thought like, rad dude, because, it's kind of coming across Peter Pan, like I just heard dirty little frat boy, kind of like energy. I'm picturing somebody with like greasy hair that's like, aren't I cool? Like, because I can have this relationship and, whatever, it's casual and I know that I can get away with X, Y, Z and I just got it all figured out and blah, 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 because it's like logical. But there's this unlogical part of it where it's like, that seems like it's going to meet all your needs and then it doesn't, because this person does not have wisdom. They don't have a lot of depth because they're not really connected with their inner realms. And that's really what I'm getting. So I feel like this is kind of that Peter Pan and Wendy situation where they approached their relationships logically. That's what I'm getting. And they kind of just looked at everything logically, and then they were like, okay, well, I'm hearing like, okay, this person's going to give me this person's going to give me that, this person is going to like, I'm hearing like whether or not they could control somebody was like a big thing, and whether or not somebody was going to give them flack for the decisions that they wanted to make, and for basically being able to do whatever it was that they wanted, or, could they fool another person, something like that. Those were what was like, I just heard play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So this person, I think, is literally kind of having that reflection of like, wow, I completely went down the wrong path. I thought that I had it all figured out, but actually I need to develop myself internally. So I feel like this person is going in, like they're coming out. I feel like this person has experienced abundance, but it will fall. If it has, like for some of these people, there was a tower moment that was that sudden shift, and now they've gone within, and then for some reason, like now they're thinking about you. But for others of you, them thinking about you is warding off a tower moment, because they're actually doing the work to start dismantling, because there's an order or a structure here that this person has established, and it's primarily within themselves and how they relate to women, and or a particular woman in particular. All of that needs to get dismantled. They need to be entering a phase of hermitude, and that's what this person is doing. So this person is thinking about a lot of things, actually. So they see you as you're an enigma. I'm hearing you don't make sense to them. You're unlike any person that they've ever met. And they realize that they didn't give you enough credit, credence, and respect that you deserve. And it's because they're starting to realize that it's because they weren't wise. They weren't grown. They weren't mature in their past. And instead, they projected that outwards onto you, all of those things. Again, you're showing up as Tinkerbell, but remember I said you're Wendy? So this person could have thought that you were Tinkerbell. In reality, I feel like there was other people around that were Tinkerbell. And the one thing that stands out to me here, so this could have been a way that this person wasn't giving you the credit. The difference between Tinkerbell and Wendy is Wendy is actually very verbose. Like she's actually very smart and intelligent. She can like very vividly describe feelings and things. That's why she's a good storyteller. And Wendy is like, again, she's very mature. She shows up in that way. Tinkerbell never speaks. And instead she shows this like very petulant attitude. So I feel like this person is used to being around people where it's like maybe primarily sexual, body-based relationship, people that try to hold on to this person by pitching a fit, pitching a crisis, like showing their display, like, like, oh, well, you have to, and now I'm angry. And Tinkerbell always tries to sabotage Wendy. So I think this person is realizing that they have a group of people, and it feels like a group of women. And if it's not a group of women, it's a group of creatives or Venus types, that actually try to knock Wendy out. Anything that would actually ripen this person, any influence that would actually ripen this person, mature this person, and pull them away from the messed up little order and structure that they've got going on here. Those people, they use gossip, they use conversation in order to mislead this person, to keep them stuck and everything like that. Whereas you're that positive influence that's guiding this person out. So you mean a lot to this person on a soul level. I'm hearing our friendship has given me more than most other things in my life. This person is incredibly, incredibly grateful for you, even if it's just on a higher self level, because, your association with this person may have been very short, and it may have been very distant. And it definitely, this could have been something that like went the distance. I think this person's starting to realize that, but they want to be attracted to people who serve their higher good. Thank you so much, Katie, for the super chat. Thank you guys so much. Okay. Yeah. And with this relationships card, this person felt like they were blotted out from the sun here. And I really think children could be involved with this as well. So this person may have children. It could have been that they were messing around with a friends with benefits kind of a situation. There was a child involved. And so this person just thought, oh, well, I'll do the right thing and I'll just be able to have my cake and eat it too. And I think I'm smarter than everyone because I've considered all of my very materialistic surface level needs. And I think I'm going to get all of those met. So this person didn't have a sense of themselves as anything deeper than just like a beast is what I'm getting. Just like an animalistic, like I'm picturing like a popsicle, like a brain on a stick, like kind of a thing. Like, yeah. And so you have really helped to enlighten and enliven this person, but they don't feel good enough. There's something here about comparison. They're comparing themselves to you. They're comparing you to other people. So let's see. I think we're getting ready to wrap up pile number 1. Exact things that he has said. Interesting. Love. Okay, so this is at the bottom of the deck, and I feel like this person loves you. And it's definitely a higher spiritual love here. And I'm just noticing the purple, which is the color of the crown chakra, and it's here in the relationships energy as well. It's just all blocked off. And so this person has this higher love. I'm hearing, bring me a higher love. Oh, you are a higher love to this person. Your energy pushes them to grow. And they're starting to see that there is strength in like spirituality and in having this higher perspective. I commit is the first phrase. I feel like this person had non-committal energy. Even if they were very loopy around, like they played a lot of twists and turns about their commitment games, but I commit to the practice. They may be committing to a spiritual practice of seeing the good in all things. But I think this person's realizing that they gave certain people in their life too much credit. I think their sense of beauty is changing as well. Like there could have been people around them that they thought were beautiful in the past. And okay, yeah, I'm kind of naturally getting into that, Vanessa. Vanessa is saying, what is the energy between him and those women now? Well, I definitely feel like they're still around. And especially there seems to be an empress. There's somebody that is like, he's committed to, at least on paper. I think it's a very, his version of commitment and your version of commitment would not match up. They would not be the same. You would not accept this as like a form of commitment, but I feel like it's around. I think this empress, like whoever is around, she's got a lot going on. I'm picturing somebody kind of on the phone a lot and, you know, just like dealing maybe primarily with any children that they have. She's very wrapped up in her social situation and her friends. And that's where she's, I'm hearing keeping up with the Joneses. She really likes to put out like a certain image. And that's how he's able to get time alone. First of all, I think he finds her exhausting with the types of things that she is always talking about. I think he feels disrespected. Like he overhears her on the phone saying these like very vapid things, maybe sharing too much information about their children or him or his life. And he just doesn't really think highly, I think, of her in that situation. Although I think there was like some kind of physical attraction, and there's definitely in the past. But like I said, his view of this is starting to shift and change. And so she's still, I feel like they're still around in proximity, but he's like kind of more and more withdrawing in himself, and he's very reflective. Like he overhears certain things that she's saying. There could be other people that, again, like maybe he hooks up with on the side, friends with benefits, or other women that are friends that he connects with or talks about, or sisters. And those people are still around, but it's very peripheral. And I feel like there's like a distance, forlorn. There's a distance. People are noticing that he's different. When you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Yo. Yeah. And so there's just like a distance. Like he might say things, I feel like he's shorter, you know, in conversation. He might even like bring up the other side to conversation, like, you know, things that he used to kind of go along with. I think that he is starting to say, well, you know, if you look at it from this angle, then it could potentially be that. And everybody's kind of like, you are to be seen and not heard. You believe what we tell you. Like there's kind of that vibe. I think that he never really noticed it before, because I think he just, maybe they talked about meaningful things or meaningless things in the past, like nothing that really like reflected anything like inner. And now he's realizing everything's very surface level, or they talk about things, they talk about objects, they don't talk about anything real. And I think he's starting to kind of realize it. So now that he's kind of like, maybe he throws in a little bit of his like, I'm hearing quotes or like different like reflections, like, oh, he tries to kind of see if they can follow him deeper, and then they can't. And he's like, what have I done? Like, you know, I can't believe that I'm picturing like oil sitting on top of water, and it's reminding me of that new Starbucks drink that's like very heinous. It's like oleato or something, where they put like the olive oil and it just like congeals and like sits, and it's so nasty and gross. I've not ordered one, but I've just seen it. And it's like, this person's like, why would I have ordered this drink? Someone take this back. Because the whole olive oil thing, it's like, oh, it's supposed to be healthy. You know, people who are elevated, like have this. And I think it was really just very vapid and very vain, and just very, it painted a certain image, you know, but there's really no inner connection between these people. I think that's starting to become more and more apparent. And it's not necessarily saying he's going to leave these people. I don't know that he will, but I think he certainly feels alone, and he will. In this next journey, it's the journey of hermitude. And that is, as people get older, like 55 and onward is considered like hermitude space. But I've gotten this message before, where more and more people are being asked to enter a period of hermitude sooner. And some people like for their whole lives. But I just feel like there's not really meaningful connection. And this is somebody who's going to spend more and more time alone, who's going to withdraw more and more in themselves, have probably a very strong, have a strong meditation practice, maybe take some like meditation retreats, going to start looking elsewhere to start building the kinds of relationships that he needs to actually support this new leg of his journey that I don't think he can really ignore. I'm hearing the call is too strong. He's seen what he's seen, and he can't unsee it. So they'll make different choices, but I do feel like this person's kind of having an apex moment of like choices. And I do think for a lot of you, there are children involved. I just heard, at least in mindset, there's like childish mindsets. Because it's like if this person does something, you know, to kind of stand up for themselves or separate themselves out, I think he's met with like a lot of childish mindset. But this is a reflection of who he used to be. And it might have actually strongly mirrored the experience that you have had with this person, where you would try to elevate the conversation, or you would try to have these deeper conversations, or you would try to say like, this is honestly silly, you know, like, and beneath me. This person's experiencing what you felt in that situation, how alienating it is. And you know, like they say, there's no deeper aloneness than being around like the wrong people. Like even if you were alone, that would be better than being around the wrong kinds of people. This person is like that deep bone aloneness of having surrounded themselves with the wrong kinds of people, but this is the wrong kinds of talk. This is the wrong kinds of talk. Like it's very soul crushing. So, okay, that's what I have for you guys, pile number 1. And now let us move into pile number 2. And this denial card at the bottom is really, really standing out to me. So I'm strongly getting here for this pile. Okay, and then I'm seeing the sun on my shirt, and I'm hearing Libra. Libra into Aries. Okay, so this person has really denied their own power here in this situation. And I feel like for a lot of you, this could potentially be your energy, but of course, take things however it is resonating for you. So this denial energy says, I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. That kind of echoes what we were talking about in the first pile. But so there is fear here with this person. I'm strongly getting that. I do feel like this person has had an impact in the sacral chakra at some point in their life, some kind of trauma. And the sacral chakra can deal with themes of sexuality. So yeah, there's some kind of crisis here around power, but I'm feeling like this person kind of overleans on that Libran energy, or they see you this way, because this is a reading about how they see you. Okay, I'm kind of getting that. So take this how it resonates, but I'm kind of feeling like this is how they see you, that maybe you have had this impact here where you're feeling fearful, you're feeling like, yeah, this is an image of somebody that's like very overly conciliatory, you know. Libra is the sign of diplomacy. So I feel like they definitely feel that you don't use like powerful or selfish language. Like you don't have, like you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. This can kind of potentially be people pleaser sort of an energy, but you don't like to rock the boat. I think this person sees that you have friendships. They might see that you have relationship in your life that is very prominent to you, and I feel like they might feel like you're denying certain feelings, maybe sexual feelings as well, and that, or strong feelings of anger, but that instead you kind of cover it up with this like Libran energy. Again, flip these energies if you want to. And they maybe feel like the sun is setting here on your relationship, but as the sun is set on your relationship, this person also weirdly enough sees you having a bright new day for yourself in terms of that Aries energy, where you've maybe chosen a path for yourself that is more independent, or you're really kind of coming into your own. And this, I'm hearing it feels kind of foreign to this person to see you in this energy. So we have the adversity. This person, okay, denial of adversity is really coming through. Okay, so I feel like this person maybe even has noticed that you have had enemies around, but that you deny that you have those enemies, and instead you are overly nice or overly apologetic, or you're always trying to bridge the gap between yourself and these other people. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. This person sees that you've had a lot of challenges and a lot of obstacles and a lot of roadblocks that you've had to kind of overcome, and that it's actually pushing you to grow. Okay, that's it too. Okay, so this sacral chakra energy keeps dipping in and dipping out. So it's like, I feel like this person feels like you have moments where you're absolutely strong and you are so potent and you're so powerful, and you are maybe even very sexual. So this person, like, there's moments where your sacral chakra energy is just like so blinding here to this person, and then there's other moments where it's like completely buried, and this person feels like maybe it's in the wrong places too. Like maybe when you could explore your sexual energies or something, that's when you like kind of tucked tail. So this person feels like you're very protective, but it's the sacral chakra energy that kind of like comes online and then comes offline, and then comes online and then comes offline. And so this person doesn't really know what to make of that. And I think they have actually been tempted to take that very personally. Like they maybe have thought that it's something that they were doing, or they were unsure if it was something that they were doing. And I'm hearing this person wanted to pursue a sexual relationship with you, but then like they had trouble reading your signals. So it's like this person would maybe like kind of come up and try to forward something with you, and then they would be met with an energy that they weren't expecting or that didn't make sense to them in the moment, like putting things in context. They thought that they were going to get a green light where maybe they got a red light or a yellow light, and it kind of like surprised them, and so then they like pulled back. So this person feels like they ran into some adversity here with you, and they feel like maybe there's things here that they don't know or don't understand about you. Secrets, things that you kind of hold within yourself that's causing you to act this way. And I don't know how conscious this person is, but they kind of tend to think to themselves, there's something here that I don't quite know or I'm not seeing. And so I'm just going to kind of back off. So I feel like this person really watches you. They actually really observe you. They watch your actions. They try to read between the lines. This person feels like you've made them read between the lines. That's what they think. And they're confused. And they really like you and they really want you, is what I'm hearing. They really want you. This person finds you to be mad attractive. They really want to have a relationship with you, like a special one-to-one relationship. This person really likes that. You must have like seventh house. I'm struggling to speak. I feel like this person maybe struggles to speak around you, and they're like hesitant. They're like, is this the wrong thing? You know? Yeah, so this person feels like they've run into some obstacles or some roadblocks here, and I think they really weren't expecting this. Like, I think the first time that maybe they experienced a roadblock with you, they were really surprised and they kind of pulled back because they just really were not expecting that. I accept the challenges are the best way to learn. I think this person sees you as somebody who is learning and who has some sort of challenges here. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. This person is really trying to study you, is what I'm getting. So I'm going to pull some more cards for this. I feel like this person feels like they need more information about you. I think this person really listens in when other people talk about you, like specifically your girlfriends. I'm hearing like, if this person knows certain women that you have around you. For some of you, this could potentially tie into pile number one because they maybe thought that there were certain, there could have been frenemies in your midst, or people who were masquerading as your friends. Masquerading as that they were closer to you than they actually were. And because this person is so confused about like the signals that they were getting, they were overly listening to those other people, and that maybe is what led them astray and gave them the wrong impression of you. But it's only because there's a lot of gaps that this person has, like towards your energy. There's a lot of gaps. So they find you to be very, I'm hearing the word enigma. Like this person really finds you to be mysterious and interesting and unlike any person that they've ever met before. They find you to be very cheerful and very playful, and somebody that when you walk into the room, like the vibration shifts, and I think all eyes are on you, but you might not realize this about yourself too. Okay, this person really wants to know the truth about you. That's why I think they have a question that they want to ask you too. I just heard pop the question. So, and for some of you, it's like the question might be like, would you like to have a sexual relationship with me of some kind? Like, you know, something here like that. So yeah, this person, I'm hearing you're a light in the darkness. So it's like you really do stand out to this person. You really do. I feel like this is a powerful past life connection that you have. I just saw the Knight of Wands. This person, there's a lot of like sexual interest, sexual passion here between the two of you. I pick up on this energy where it's clear to me that there's poisons from past lives that are being played out here. And I feel like this person does have something that they're trying to repay you in terms of your karma. They're really dialed into your energy. This person's really dialed into you. Really, really. Okay, let's just see. Okay, so they do think you're friends, and they think about something here, like they're nostalgic. Maybe this person has like pictures of you or something, or this is definitely somebody who's been on your social media. They've tried to piece together a portrait of you through these little, I'm picturing somebody like trying to tape I don't know, if somebody ripped up like a magazine page and they're like kind of trying to tape it back together, but it's through building a picture of you, through what your friends say about you, through certain things that you have said, through certain signals that you've said, and through your social media. I feel like this person has like gone through, looked at your pictures, looked at your siblings, looked at like certain things here in your past, and they're just trying to put together this portrait of you. And I'm hearing you've changed. So there's also a big change that you've made here, like, and it's a big change. Like I feel like you're the kind of person that's always changing. And this person doesn't even know if you really have changed, because even like I'm trying to like spit it out, and I'm like, but you've changed. I feel like this person wants to say like you've changed, and I'm hearing like, do you still have the same feelings for me? So this person is really wondering if, because they feel like you had really sexual feelings for each other, and then something here has changed, but they don't know what accounts for that change, and they're really wondering whether or not you feel the same way that you felt about them, or feel the same way about them that they feel about you. There's this big question, like there's just this big question around you and your energy. But it's interesting. I do feel like it's almost an aphrodisiac for this person to try and put the puzzle of you back together, and I just keep hearing curious. You're curious. Okay, and then I just heard the curious case of Benjamin Button. So some of you, this person feels like you've been aging in the reverse. So I don't know if you've been friends for a long time or something like that. So that to me says you may have heavy Saturn in your chart, because a lot of times Saturnian individuals, because usually early on in their life, they had so many restrictions, or a lot of like routine, regimented like stuff. They really start to grow into themselves, and they have such good routines that as they get older, it actually frees up a lot of their energy, a lot of their free time. And so they do become more playful. And so I think like, yeah, there's something that has changed about your energy where you're actually freer than you were when you were younger or something like that. This person just, you're so weird, you're so different, and it's so magnetizing, and you're so interesting, and you're unlike any person I've ever met. And I just like, this person is just like getting lost, and you're almost like, I don't know, it's like, don't go towards the light kind of a thing. Like, and there is a bit of fear and trepidation here, because I'm almost picturing my shirt, like, see how it's this dark blue? And remember I said blue is the mystery? And so I'm picturing the blue as a tunnel, and then there's the sun at the end of the tunnel, and you are like the light at the end of the tunnel. This person almost wonders if it's like a death experience, like, oh, are you just drawing me in, almost like an anglerfish, and then you're just going to eat me? This person has never experienced anyone or anything like you, and they just kind of keep going towards the light, but it's the sun. So I feel like it's they want to get to the heart of you. They also they're curious about your beliefs, what you believe, and I think that it's about them. What do you believe about me? What do you believe overall? This person's trying to ascertain your compatibility, I think, here, really. But yeah, this person does have anxiety here about, about your past, but this person also has something here in their past. For some of you, they have a child in their past, and they are also trying to figure out if you would be okay with that. If you like knew about it, because maybe this was like a child out of wedlock or something, and they want to tell you, but they don't know how to tell you. But there's some kind of anxiety here around a child, and around your past. But they're not necessarily related. Do you know what I mean? But if you did have, yeah, but this person has low self-esteem. Okay, so I'm sorry. I just read a comment. Like, for those of you who are tuning into the live and you're not watching the live chats, so somebody just said, it would help a conversation with me. But this person doesn't want to say the wrong thing, because they feel like it's almost, you ever play that game, Minefield? Remember, like when we were kids, it was like one of the only computer games when computers first came out. So like you click on those little dots, and some of them like explode you, and others of them are fine, and you have to like get to the other side of the field. It's like a game. Morbid game. I'm just realizing that's a morbid game. This person doesn't want to like say the wrong thing, or because they see you actually, for as nice as you are, this person, because they do see you as very nice and very Libran, as like, oh, you have like very nice conversations with people, but you also kind of use that to keep people at a distance, is what I'm hearing. And this person wants to get closer to you, and they feel that they could potentially say the wrong thing, and then maybe you would explode. But I don't think this person thinks you're really an explosive type person, but that it would put you off from them, or that they wouldn't get to be any closer to you, or that they would make a fool of themselves. Because this person also thinks that you're really smart, you're really intelligent, is what I'm getting. And like, you have a different view of the world, and they respect your view of the world. But it's not their view of the world. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, this person's all mixed up. Like, I feel like I can't even complete like a solid thought like here in this pile without being like, but is that really it? Like, for everything this person thinks they know about you, they have to kind of like backtrack, and it does give them anxiety. I do feel like this person has stayed up late at night thinking about this, and just kind of like having some kind of like anxiety here, and it could be because you've left. There's something here, and yeah, this person sees you as the Queen of Pentacles. They see you as somebody they could have everything with, and they don't want to miss out on the opportunity, is like another thing. I'm hearing they think that you would make a great parent. So they do feel like things have stagnated, and during this period of stagnation, they've started to get this different perspective of you. And that's where they're like, you've changed. But do I really want to say that you've changed? Because maybe you haven't changed. It's just, I know so little about you that maybe this was always there, and I just didn't see. This is kind of reminding me of a reflection of pile number 1, where I think for some of you, it's like, thank you guys so much for dealing with this stuff. He did miss out by choosing other people. So that could be what the anxiety is here in the past. Let me, why does this person have such anxiety? Choice. Builder and the saboteur. Also, this person could have been having financial difficulties, and it might be related to a child. Like maybe they have child support or something. Or they're afraid that if they choose you, that it would mean something here for a child. So yeah, this person also is in denial of their feelings in some way. Tell me about that, Spirit. Why is this person in denial of their feelings? Okay, so I just saw the Three of Pentacles. This could be a work situation. They could have, there's something here that's like, or they're really focused on building in the material world. I feel like this person's busy. And I think that's also why I keep like going in and out. It's like, maybe this person does have a child. Maybe they are trying to build in their career. It feels like they have big things. These are big things. A child is a big thing. Building in your career is a big thing. So it's like, but it kind of all links back to you, because this person thinks, I need to make a decision about you. But in order for me to make a decision about you, I need to have this sorted out about a child. I need to know how to tell you about a child, or make sure that I'm taking care of a child. Well, then I also need to have my work situation under control, because some of these people are building businesses, or they're building a reputation, or they're building a career, and they are actually linking that with you because they see you as they want to present well to you. That's another thing that I feel like this person's not quite understanding. They're hanging back because it's like they want everything to be perfect. They want everything to be perfect. They don't want to step to you as less than they are, and so it's actually sending you mixed signals about them, because you're like kind of hanging back, like, don't you like me? Like, why are you being weird? Like, oh boy. They're being very logical about a lot of things too. I just saw the King of Swords. That's this observation. I've gotten this energy before where it's like this person's trying to observe you, and they're trying to take like these little weird things that they've noticed about you in order to try to piece this cohesive picture instead of just getting to know you. Okay, so I've been getting this energy too where it's like, the best way to get to know a human being is in relationship, but you do have to kind of risk that. You do have to be a little bit vulnerable in relationship. You have to kind of, back and forth, and this person is just unwilling to do that because they feel like they're going to say the wrong thing. This is low self-esteem. And yeah, this person has low self-esteem. They're afraid they're going to say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing, and that it will be irreparable if they do. When I feel like if you've had to set a strong boundary with this person, it's because they weren't building a relationship. It's because there wasn't open communication. And instead, maybe you thought this person was like arrogant or entertaining other people. And it's like you had to move away because it just built up and built up and built up. Where it's like instead, this person just needed to talk with you. They really just had to have an open conversation. But because this person has low self-esteem, and you might not realize it, and this is the group where I kind of get that you're both fiery people. You're both like the sexy, confident kind of a people, but then you get around each other and you both really like each other and your childhood stuff comes out. That's what this is. Okay. The anxiety around child stuff, because I kind of get that you both have ugly duckling energy where you didn't feel like you fit in during childhood. I think you know this about yourself and they know this about themselves, but you don't really understand that you're both having that experience with each other where you kind of think like, I think you're so attractive and I think you're so everything. Like, why would you be attracted to me? Because in your brain, you're still that awkward little 7-year-old that doesn't know how to like communicate or like thinks that they're weird. Well, this person's having that same thing. And I think because you both see each other as very attractive and having everything, and so you're looking at this person through that lens and you're like, why won't you just talk to me? You talk to all the other girls, like why, and they're kind of looking at you like, well, I want to talk to you, but like, it's like they care about you so much that they don't want you to say no. Instead, they just would rather live in their fantasy about you because then you won't say no, and that's the way that they're kind of nursing their low self-esteem. So they have a different reaction to you. Here in this group than they have like towards other people, but they don't understand that they're sending you mixed signals and giving you anxiety here and triggering your past here in the situation because you're comparing the way that they're interacting with you with the way that they're interacting with other people. And it doesn't add up to you. And this person does kind of keep themselves at a distance. Or maybe when they talk to you, they try to like be that suave player, and it's just a way that they're kind of keeping you at a distance. And you're like, why are you talking to me like a player? Like, just talk to me like I'm a person. Yeah, so this is, which perpetuates your low self-esteem. So this is like a cycle that kind of needs to be broken. And that might have, remember I said this is poisons from a past life? There's something here about a past life that I'm hearing other people got involved in a past life. And it might have involved a child in your past lives together. But I definitely feel like this was sexual and like a sexual connection between the two of you. And so there's this remnant. So even if you're like, I don't know why I feel this way about this person. Like, I don't know why I feel so trepidatious. it's like a remnant. That's like an energetic remnant that's coming through here. And you feel like, even though, and this is mirrored, it's like, even though you have emotions, you feel like maybe somebody else here has options. And so you just have to move away in order to protect yourself. And the way that we distance ourselves using the air element, which is going on in this card, is by over logicking, by using very sterile language, when we should be using emotional language or vulnerable language. And just like, there's ways where you can stand in front of a person, have a conversation, and it's still very distant. Like, and I feel like there's some level of that that's going on here between the two of you, where it's like, and you both, I think, see each other having different kinds of conversations with other people, but it's because you don't feel the level of lust, want, craving, connection, chemistry with other people as you feel with yourself. I want to cry. I still don't like his energy. Yeah, it's like this push-pull thing. I do that and he does that. Okay, yes. That's like really what I'm getting. And I just saw the 10 of Swords. And I think this is like flashing to another lifetime where things ended very badly, very suddenly, very painfully. And you are coming together. You are different. Your souls would have approached each other to incarnate this way because you felt like you could change the energy between the two of you in this lifetime. And whatever, like, I really strongly feel like this has a lot to do with conversation and letting go of some old authoritative pattern. So you can actually shift this energy, but there's still that remnant of like, are things going to end badly? Oh, and there could be something here about like judgment, things being judged. Them. Okay, because we have the 2 10s at the top, and 2 10s is making a final judgment call on a person. So they just feel like they don't want you to make a final judgment on them. That I had to walk away. Yeah, that you had to walk away. And what's ironic is that this person sitting in their low self-esteem coping mechanisms of like, again, being very distant, either with their language or just like really keeping their distance, and maybe you doing the same thing. That's what ends up making one or both of you feel like, I have to walk away from this. That's what ends up doing it. Instead of what feels uncomfortable, which is leaning into that vulnerability, having like an open, emotional, vulnerable conversation. You know, and for some of you, it's not even conversation. It's like laughing a little too long, or like actually letting somebody know that they affect you physically, chemistry. Yeah. Okay. So what else, Spirit? So they think of you really, really highly here, because this is all about how they see you, right? They see you as somebody from their past. They see you as somebody who is anxious, makes them anxious, I think. So how else, Spirit? You both, I feel like, are trying to shut down this sexual chemistry, the sexual energy. And so in a way, you're putting up your own blockages. So both of you are in your own way sabotaging your sexual energy, which is creating blockages and obstacles. And they make you feel safe, but it confuses the other person. And then you both kind of turn around and you're like, why didn't this work out? Like, why did this other person feel the way that they did? Why did they take the route that they did, you know? But you're both trying to kind of keep yourself safe here. Spirit, what do you want to say about that? About both of them keeping themselves safe? Just start small. Start small. Look. And just let it grow. That's what it is. And it could potentially grow to marriage here with the Hierophant. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your higher self. You can manifest this. Yeah, it's just, you know, start small. It doesn't have to be anything big. Something does need to shift and change. And so this person is alerting you to the fact that there's these coping mechanisms. This is bigger than just you and this person. This like way of protecting yourself by getting distant or by not sharing your raw self and your raw vulnerability, it's actually not serving you, even in your friendships and things like that. So this is kind of a messenger with that Judgment card. This is kind of like shaking you awake to your own part of this that contributes to this cycle, because it's like a volley. You each kind of keep this going. Somebody's got to break the cycle. Yeah. Yeah, because you're never going to win this way. You're never going to win this way. That's the big message here of this. I'm putting myself... Oh, okay. Okay, so how is pile number 2's person seeing them? I just saw the star card. I mean, you're everything to this person. But look at this. I think they're confused about your behavior. I think they see that you have options and that you have to kind of try to beat them off with a stick a little bit, you know, to kind of protect yourself. And so this person is confused about those options, I think. And they're just like, this person's really confused by your behavior. Maybe for some of you, you've even gotten in fights, or there's been like some standoffish, like, you know, kind of behavior, but it's you protecting yourself. and they know something needs to change, but they feel like you would be mad at them or cut them down with your words. Not even that you would intend to, but that you would just be so, I'm hearing like so poignant and so sharp, and you would know exactly what they did wrong and they don't understand what they're doing wrong. And they feel like you would just hit the nail on the head, and that they would be like really, maybe they feel like you're upset, or that you would have vengeance towards them for something. Here's about our behavior. Karina, you got some choice things to say about men today. I keep missing the lives until the end. Okay, so let me just see. Why this person is afraid of you. This person's afraid of you. Why are they afraid of you? They think that you have a hidden power, that you're actually strong. This person also thinks that you turn them down. You send them away. Like that you have options, that you are in the right. This person, I think, actually thinks that like you're in the right and that you just like send them off. This part, why are they afraid of pile number 2? There's a fear here. He knows he messed up, and I would tell him so. Okay, this person, this is low self-esteem. Like that's like really the only way that I can describe it, because this person sees you as like having it all, being up on your high horse, like having some kind of superior position, and that you're going to see right through them, and that you're going to find them inadequate. That's what this is. They think that you are going to find them inadequate. And here's the thing. I don't think that you've actually been like, I find you inadequate. Like, you know, I don't think that. I think that you hold yourself in a certain way. You hold yourself in a way of strength. You have probably actually built something up here for yourself. This person greatly admires your intelligence. Greatly. This is like, you know what this is? This is like a twisted way of relating to respect. This person respects you, and they want to be a match for you, but they compare themselves to you. They think about a person that you would deserve, and then they think that they don't measure up. Remember I was saying this person's having financial problems? They might have had to ask somebody for money. They may have had to ask somebody for money, or they're not making as much. So this person is trying to be the emperor. This is my emperor wannabe card. And this is also sun in Capricorn. So again, they're trying to build themselves up in a business. They want to present well to you. They want to present like the emperor because they see you as the empress. But in a way, they're having to be strategic. And it's that strategy. Remember, I've said this in a couple of readings, and it's something that I kind of been thinking about. Love is a matter of values, right? Venus rules over love, Venus rules over values. And with values, you have choice, right? So you're, I feel like, leading in this situation of love. Whereas this person feels inadequate. And because they feel inadequate and they're trying to dance around the situation, they're actually meeting the situation with strategy. That's also, I think, why they're hanging back so long. I wonder what this person's Mars is. Like some kind of a sign, maybe Scorpio. I don't know, where it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to hang back until I'm fully formed. Athena jumping out of Zeus's head, and then I'm going to move forward. And so it's a matter of their strategy, but they don't understand that this is supposed to switch them. Remember pile number 1, that hermitude energy. This is supposed to switch them to operating from the more along your line of thinking, the love, the values, and to see what it is that they value, which is you, and then to make a choice to move towards what it is that they value, and to put themselves out there as vulnerable, and to just say, I really value you, you know. But this person is like they're trying to hide what you see about them too. And I think you sense that. You sense that this person's hiding things. And I think you go into your mind about, and for some of them I'm hearing they have low self-esteem, and they think, well, they can't be with you, so they might as well, like they're having money problems, they can't be with you, so they might as well just hook up with other people. So you might even be seeing that, and you feel disrespected, and you're like, oh, so you must not like me, you must like that person or these other persons. It's sending such mixed signals to you. And this person like really does not understand that. And I think it's a way of them trying to balance out their own self-esteem, reminding them that, oh, other people want me. Don't you see that other people, maybe even trying to make you jealous as a way to see if you like them. But I think you are respectable. And so even if you did like them, I think like, first of all, seeing something like that would make you go, what the frick? You're not on my level. I think that's also what this person doesn't realize is you're not on my level, you know, something here like that. And this person sees you as endgame with the world here. So talented, having a lot of suitors, like great suitors here as well. I mean, it's a weird perversion of like their love and admiration for you. This person's not relating to that correctly, but it all comes from a place of low self-esteem. Yeah, it's the worst way. It really is. And this person doesn't understand. They don't understand that. And they want to come off as somebody brave and courageous and emperor-like to you. And they, in a way, it's like they have to become the emperor. They can't pretend to be the emperor because you're too mature. You're going to see that in this person. they have to actually become that. They have to face their fears, and their fears is they have a fear of being found inadequate by you. That's what this is. They have a fear of being found inadequate by you. Yeah. Because they love you so much and they feel like they can't win any other way. That's what it is. They feel like they can't, I'm hearing love isn't enough. They feel like they can't win any other way. There might even be a certain person here that they don't think very highly of, that they think gets your attention. And if it's not an actual person, it's like somebody in their mind. I'm kind of getting like this person tries to act like an F-boy, but they're not one. And it's like they picture like the popular jock F-boy guy. Like even if there's not one around you, they picture that and then they're like, I have to be that to get this person. But they have to build strength. Like you really do make this person like fall to their knees. So, but they have all these feelings for you. This person like loves you. So what else, Spirit? Like in terms of their feelings for pile number 2, Peter Pan. Oh my gosh. They feel like they can't move forward with you, and it makes them very sad, and it's breaking their heart. This energy gets all warped in this pile. Celibate, but with a harem. I feel like this person truly is not an F-boy in their soul, but they may participate in F-boy behaviors because they think that's what makes them strong. This person wants a long-term relationship with you. They feel heartbroken because they don't feel like they measure up, but they project this onto you. This person projects that you find them inadequate. I don't think you would find this person inadequate if they were just honest with you. That's the saddest part of this whole thing. This person's going to miss out, and they're going to think they're going to blame you. Denial. Oh, okay. This is where this denial energy, I've been trying to figure out how this denial energy comes in this whole time. They're denying that they're afraid. Or they're trying to cover up that they're afraid by posturing. This is the person who postures. And it probably comes off a bit narcissistic to you, but I don't think this person is narcissistic. I think they're just defending their sensitivities. For some of you, there's like this person, it could be a father. Look at this. It's family, their family expectations. There's somebody in their mind that they compare themselves to. So I feel like this message is kind of starting to repeat, but it's also like this person wants to talk to you, but they don't know what they would say. Like they want to talk to you so bad. They want you to understand them so bad, but they don't want to take the step for you to do that by like just being honest and just being open and just putting all their cards on the table. They don't want to do that. It's the one thing they won't do. Mine's a priest. The Vatican will allow marriage. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Learned narcissistic traits. And I just want to remind you too, like narcissism is a scale and we all have narcissistic traits. Narcissism is just when your ego is activated. It's a ego disease. Having a disorder is like when you live from that egoic space because the ego is always trying to like protect. So it's like it uses those certain defense mechanisms, which has a way of distorting reality. So this person lives in a distorted reality when it comes to you. They don't see you clearly. It's like all this person does is like see you very highly and then they see themselves so low compared to you. I know, I remember you. Is it Deborah? Sorry if I won't say anything else, but is it you, Deborah? Or no, it's not Deborah. It's sorry. I remember you. Yes. Okay. And there was that other lady that was getting all involved. Okay, so let's see. Yes, okay. I think of you sometimes, by the way. I wonder how it's going. Okay, so I feel like this person is softening though. Okay, because I just looked up and saw this empathy card. And it says, I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. It's weird. I have this like urge to sit in this energy, even though I feel like the message is over. It's like, okay, well, I understand this because the truth of the matter is if this person's not willing to take the next steps, there's really nothing else that can go on here. And that might be why this situation ended. But it's like, this person's like, no, don't move on. Don't move on. Don't move on. Hold on. Let me figure out how I'm going to say it. I feel like that's this person's MO. It's like, hold on. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to say it. Let me look up how to say it. Instead of just trusting, like, how it is. 3. Oh my gosh. Wow. Feel free. I I don't know if my email is still up and running. We'll have to ask Alex. They feel so burdened by this. And for some of you, there's a marriage here. Or there's somebody that they're supposed to marry, or there's some kind of traditional energy. I feel like it really comes down from a father, and they're being very protective here. And that's what's causing them to stagnate. Or they're a father. So I think that's all I have for you guys, pile number 2. But rest assured, this person does think highly of you. I just don't think it's going to go anywhere. Let's just see, Spirit, what we have to say about the future of this connection. I wouldn't even like hold out hope. I mean, if this person's married and it's not an unhappy situation, then good. They shouldn't be moving towards you, you know? But outside of that, because we did have the Hierophant come out. Yeah, I feel like they're just watching you from afar. I feel like this is the type of person that's just always going to keep updates with you. We'll solve it next lifetime. I mean, like I said, I think this person might be going into a period of hermitude, so they could potentially be learning their lessons. That could potentially bring you together in another life. But this is a matter of taking action. And they can't have low self-esteem to do that. That's really what this is. This person needs to be working on their self-esteem. They're just going to pine after you. That's all it is. They're going to keep their distance. They're going to pine after you. They think about you when they work. And maybe sometimes they hear messages about you or something like that. But I don't really... This is like a strong energy of stagnation here for pile number 2. Because there's a functioning dysfunction. And it's reminding me of like the Gestalt cycle. For those of you who are into Gestalt. Like there's a whole like... cycle of like when you think about something, you feel an urge to do something, right? And it's like all the way to like what leads to an action. And I just feel like this person has a functioning dysfunction around that, around like actually, you know, taking some kind of an action that they need to break it. And it has to do with a self-esteem issue. I just heard pray for them, pray that they have like the people, places, and things in their life that they need to have in order to sort themselves out. But, yeah, you know, Gestalt is a hard thing to study because it's not mainstream. And a lot of therapists and psychologists in the field of psychology doesn't really back up Gestalt too much. But, you know, there really are, there are places. I would start by reading books and like through books, like or research certain authors and, you know, things like that. There's also like really, there's really good... Yeah, it is abstract. And that's one thing. It's like, if you watch people practice Gestalt, that's like the best way to actually see it in practice. You know, look up videos of people doing it. There's some famous ones online that might be helpful. So I feel really sad. I just feel like, this person has a lot to sort out within themselves. So try not to take too much of this on between the two of you. Yeah. I also want to say, like, I don't know, I feel kind of bad. If this person is married, I feel kind of bad for their partner. Like, that's the way that's, like, coming through here. Because I'm hearing, like, their partner doesn't deserve this. And potentially that could have been you. Like, if this person doesn't have a partner, it's like, you wouldn't have deserved. Like, I feel like there's almost a filtration, like a screening out of this person because you wouldn't deserve this type of treatment or behavior. Or it's like, this person potentially, like if they are with somebody else, their partner doesn't deserve this level of behavior from them. I just heard they're too good. Like they might be with someone who's too good for them. Or potentially you were saved from being in a situation like that with this person where you're just kind of, you're bringing more to the table. And it's like, they need a reason to change is what I'm hearing. They need a reason to change. Okay. So now I feel like really sad. Like my energy is like really low. I don't know if that's because we're going into pile number 3 and it is the loneliness. Because sometimes I kind of like track through to the next pile. Oh, but before we do, somebody was asking about the picture that's above Ramana. It's not a picture. It's, I made that. And I actually made something to go on this wall. I can't wait to show you guys. It's a, oh, did I mess something up? Oh yeah, Alex is showing you. It's that. It's a heart. And that is like a shirt. I think that used to be yours, right? And you gave it to me, that plaid shirt. And I really liked the coloring, but I didn't want to wear it. So, because it looks bad on me. But I just put that on there. And then that heart is from like an old sweater that I had. I remember Hoobastank. I forgot about Hoobastank until this exact moment. Yeah, I've been making stuff like with the things that I have, you know, because we bought this house and I've been trying to like, you know, make it feel like a home. And I made something here for this wall. I don't know if you guys have seen those things on YouTube. Everybody's doing the like joint compound sculpture art kind of projects. So I made a few of them, and maybe I'll show you guys, especially for those of you who follow me on Patreon. I can take a picture because I made 3 of them for this wall over here, and it's actually gonna be really cool. It's just like taking me a long time to do, and then I made one for over here that's kind of different. But yeah, I'll show you. I think it's gonna look really cute. This is kind of like my little cozy corner over here. Yeah, totally. Like I'm just trying to find like, oh, nice. I'm just trying to find like nice ways of updating like my decor, but not having to spend a bunch of money to do it because it can get like really expensive. So, all right. So this person feels exhausting. Yes, I thought so too. Aw, thank you. Okay. Maybe this person's lonely. Okay, the funny thing is, okay, so moving into pile number 3, loneliness. The thing on the loneliness card said, I know that I am never alone. So, okay, moving into this, I'm not really, let me just kind of, okay, the funny thing is, look at this, like there's all these people and the friends. So I feel like this person maybe does have a lot of friends. It's connected to the world, World Wide Web. This person feels like a citizen of the world to me, like connected to a lot of different places. So they could have actually traveled a lot, or this is somebody who has incorporated the philosophies. They feel at one with like people, you know, like across the world is really what I'm getting. And this person actually, it's interesting. Maybe they think this about you, actually. I keep forgetting this. So we're doing how they see you, right? So again, they see you as having a lot of friends. They see you as being very plugged in. Again, this citizen of the world energy. I'm hearing you can make a friend wherever it is that you go. This person thinks you have the gift of the gab is what I'm hearing. But not only that, with all this blue energy that we were talking about, there is a way that you tap into the mystery of people. This feels like of people though, because we have all this dark blue energy here. Like maybe you have deep conversations, and this is also tying into pile number 1. Remember, it's like they were reflecting on how the people around them were not having very deep conversations. This person feels like you have very deep conversations that mean something to people, whether it's like about them personally or whether it's just topics that actually matter. It feels like a personal, you know, kind of thing, maybe a spiritual thing, an elevated thing. And blue is also the color of the throat chakra. So this person definitely, and with the World Wide Web here, it could be they definitely think about the things that you say and potentially that you post online, you know, like if you like to share quotes or just like, I don't know, like I'm picturing somebody like on Twitter, whatever is like on your mind for the day. I feel like you really make this person think, like the little tidbits that you've shown. And I am picturing like this person might write down quotes that you have said or quotes that you have shared or something like that. Like they might have a quote book. And maybe that's just a metaphor as well of like just in their mind, they kind of like, I'm picturing somebody like kind of flip a coin back and forth in their hands. Like, you know, people can kind of you know, roll a coin back and forth with their fingers. I'm just picturing this person kind of doing that and thinking about what it is that you have said. This might be a very tactile person that you're asking about, somebody who like just kind of uses their hands, or they do something repetitive and then they kind of think about you, or they think about the certain things that you've said. But this person really likes the things that you say, and they feel like you have a lot of things to say to like all kinds of different people, you know, and like maybe this is like even everybody standing around here in a group talking and you're able to just like, oh, interesting. Yeah, like this person really turns over in their mind certain things that you've said, and you might not even realize that you've been saying certain things that actually get this person to think. But at the same time, I feel like they think that you have a lightness in the way that you say it, like, but it's actually very heavy hitting. So you might actually be very lighthearted or very friendly, or you just kind of say things like off the cuff as a joke, but it holds like this deep kernel of truth, and specifically for this person. A lot of you might be psychic, even if you don't realize it, even if you just think that you're connecting with people and like you're just, oh, well, this topic gets brought up at the right time. Like there's something magical or strange that goes on here with you, and that where you say just the right things at the right time, and you might not even realize that you necessarily do this, but I feel like this is also like why people love you and why people are like so drawn to you. And I do think that you may actually have life path or like a spiritual mission that actually it is to bring people together, and it's like through using your voice and through like expanding ideas. And we've mentioned Aquarius energy in the chat here several times, and I feel like there's definitely Aquarius energy coming through the groups, the networks, boundary pushing ideas. But again, you know how they say like small minds talk about other people and mediocre minds talk about like happenings, and big minds talk about ideas. Like I think you talk about these more elevated things, not that you're always like so highbrow and like above people, because there's something very like friendly, you know, and lighthearted with this light blue energy. It just feels so free. And I'm picturing the freedom and the peace card, freedom from fear. And that again is Eric Fromm. I feel like I said his name wrong at the beginning now that I said that. Like, did I say Brock or Bach? I don't know why I would have said that. But Eric Fromm wrote that book, Freedom from Fear. Highly recommend. It's a really interesting examination of fear. So I feel like there's something that you say. Maybe this person's afraid to talk to people, or they're afraid to like to really connect to people, or to say like certain things. They feel like it wouldn't resonate. They feel like it would be weird or out of place, or they would stick out like a sore thumb. There's something about like this person feels like they would be weird if they did it, but it's just so natural for you. And it's just like so natural in your personality. And this person just feels lighter and happier. And I feel like they tell people this. I feel like they tell their friends. This person has talked to their friends about you. And they talk about the things that you say, or they talk about the way that you make them feel. Like, yeah, yes. Mud Chat, you were the one who's studying Gestalt energy. We have some psych buffs here. And maybe that's another thing, is like maybe you are a psych buff, and or you just really understand people, even if this is an innate knowledge that maybe you carry in from past lives. Like maybe you haven't necessarily studied these things in this life, but you just kind of naturally have this propensity. But this person definitely talks about people. They might have even shared like some of your posts or something like with other people, or like alerted people to whatever it is that you're saying or whatever it is that you're doing. Some of you have like traveled, or like you connect with certain things. Some of you, it's like you connect with certain causes, or certain like kind of going around the world, something here like that. And this person, they feel a sense of connectedness through your connections, because this person actually may feel lonely. I feel like it's their energy, and that's kind of tying into pile number 2. Remember I said there's kind of this like transition energy from piles, like from the piles, and from pile number 2, remember I was saying like this person just thinks so highly of you. That energy is coming through here as well, but this is like more in terms of like your friend group. And I think they're comparing your friend group to their friend group. So you have friends that are they have these different kinds of conversations, higher level conversations, interesting conversations. Maybe your friends live in different places than you, and it's like, oh yeah, here we had fire, you know, just the other day. Oh, here we had like I'm getting natural disasters for some reason. Like here we had like a major rainstorm, but you're plugged in like in a real way to like what's going on in the world, and like you connect with it in a very like personal way. And this person really, I think they like that. They envy that almost. They wish they could do that. Have friends. My friends are all psychics. Yo, that's what happens when you hang out with witches and you all are reading each other's cards and tapping into each other's energies. Is that, yeah, all my friends are freaking psychic, you know? Yeah, and I think they especially notice the types of women that you have around you, because I'm just noticing like all these women have on like very flowy, very beautiful like dresses, but it like each shows like their own kind of personality. Like this woman's looks almost like she's got a flame in the middle of it. This woman's is like very teal, almost like mermaid, something like that. So this person just notices that you like connect with all these different kinds of people. That's that Libran energy that was coming through. So it also feels like you have a very personal, like one-to-one kind of connection. It's not just like the energy of the group. This person's amazed by you. This almost feels like a superpower to this person, and that you're able to like really connect with this empathy card. Really connect. This is also very like high energy in terms of like the upper chakras. Envy, I knew it. This person just kind of envies that. They envy the life that you live, and they may envy some kind of interactions that you get on in terms of social media. And this isn't like your followers or something. This is like, I think, having real meaningful conversations, you know? So like if you make a post, you could be a person where it's like there will actually pop off like an interesting conversation about something that you noticed, or an experience that you had, or that one of your friends had. And this person wants that kind of a life, but they don't really know how to build it for themselves. And this goes back to this person being unwilling to put themselves out there and actually to bridge a gap. So remember I was saying you guys are kind of holding up mirrors to each other as to like, this is, you know, you're both kind of feeling like you have low self-esteem around each other, and you're kind of dancing around each other. But remember I said, well, this is actually holding you back in terms of your friends. Maybe it's this person's energy. It's actually holding them back in terms of their friends because they're unable to make those kind of like deep, meaningful connections. But this person's craving this. Like, it's really like an alarm has gone off for this person. They're very much craving this. They want what you have. And I'm hearing, I want what you want. But this person didn't realize it before they saw it on you, or before they saw like what your friends were doing and what your friends were talking about. And all of a sudden it opened their mind. I'm hearing a whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. So it's like, yeah. And yeah, but when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear. Now I'm in a whole new world with you. I feel like you have a way of making things clear. This person likes the way that you kind of like explain things, or that your friends, like there's something about your friends, the way that you explain things, the way that your friends explain things, the kinds of conversations. This person just wishes that they could be a fly on the wall for like your whole life and just like listen to the kinds of like conversations that, yes, totally. So yeah, I mean, this person really... Now, this person, what's funny is they operate from their lower chakras, and you might have this to share with each other where it's like you are very developed in your higher chakras. And personally, I know that like we talk about Kundalini energy rising, and it starts in the sacral chakra, or it starts in the lower chakras and then it works its way up to the head. I actually think there's another one that comes down because, you know, Kundalini energy, like when you really look into it, there's the feminine energy that comes up from the earth. There's the masculine energy that comes down from the heavens. By the way, there's people out there who say really ignorant stuff around that, about like, that never believe that's new age. I've heard people say that's new age. No, it isn't. It's literally descriptive. The earth is a feminine energy. Plants, trees, yourself grow up off of the earth. And then what is sitting in the sky? It's the sun, the emblem of masculine energy, and its rays come down onto the earth. It's descriptive. It is not prescriptive. You can pull back and see that. It boggles the mind. Anyways, I feel like there might be something about this too, where it's like you're able to explain something where you're like, this isn't woo-woo, or this isn't like like these highbrow kinds of ideas. This isn't ungraspable, like weird stuff. It's descriptive. This just is the way things are. Just pull back and you see it from this angle. I'm watching somebody like try to, you know, oh, do you see that bird in the distance? And you don't see it, but then they're like, no, look over here, tilt your head this way. And then, I see it. Like there's something that this is an effect that you are able to have here on this person. I totally lost my train of thought, what I was going off on. Like this Kundalini awakening. So this person is like very much, I think they're on a more feminine path, even though they might be a masculine energy. So they're coming up from the earth energies. They're coming up from the more material kinds of existence, and they're moving into the more subtler realms that we typically associate with spirituality. Whereas I think your energy, you actually are on a more masculine track. You're probably a female, but you're more on a masculine track where you're coming down from the higher energies, trying to anchor and root yourself here in the material world. And I think that's where you kind of match here between the two of you. So this person relates to your energy, and this envy kind of comes up, and this person's being asked to transmute this envy energy into admiration. This person twists things like they like you, they admire you, and then they twist it into like jealousy and coveting you. And then they envy you, and this envy is like, well, I want that for myself. It's kind of telling them who they are and where their energy is actually attracted. But it's like, why do you have to be envious of it? Just go. It's not like there's a limit on friends. It's not like if I have this friend, well, you can't have them as a friend. Like, it doesn't work like that. There's an endless supply of these things. But it's like this person, I think, has lack mindset. But it's weird because it's not in terms of, well, maybe it's in terms of money, but it's in terms of relationships and friendships, or something like that. So this person is coming from a place of lack towards your energy. And I think that's why they're trying, that's it. They really come from a place of lack in terms of your energy. They're trying to reach out and kind of grab you and grab what you have. Maybe this is like, again, like your knowledge, your intuition, your social relationships. They want that for themselves. And so they kind of want to, I'm picturing somebody like trapping a bird, you know, like they want to kind of trap you and then have you and sit you next to them because they think it comes from you, and it doesn't. It's something that we all have access to and that we can all connect with. So you're trying to show this person the path by like, you are just like I'm hearing Jesus in my mind. I'm the way, the truth, and the life. Like Jesus is like, yeah, I did this. Like, pick up your cross and follow me. Pick up your burdens. Pick up the place, you know, that place, that thing that you have to work on here. You pick yours up and follow me. I can show you the way. You can be this too. Like, that's kind of your energy to this person. I feel like regardless of if you think of yourself this way or not, you kind of are a spiritual teacher to this person, and you're calling them upwards. And this person is actually moving upwards. I am hearing Kundalini awakening. This person's having a Kundalini awakening. They've already moved from the root chakra to the sacral chakra. They've already kind of made that movement. And in so doing, this person is actually growing in their confidence and they're starting to understand their philosophies. And you're actually helping them to put together their kind of philosophies. So Clara just said, I'm sick of that mentality. What can we do about it? So this might be part of your lesson with this person, because we can't control other people, unfortunately. We can only like make sure that we're showing up to the fullest of our ability. And that might be really hard, but you might be working on surrender. I'm picturing the surrender card in here where it's like all you can really do is surrender it, because I feel like this is the type of situation where if you try to control it, or if you try to like come in here, it's going to change the energy. I'm hearing it's going to corrupt the energy, and then it will come off as control. This person understands control. I kind of feel like if you got into a relationship with this person earlier on, especially because they have low self-esteem and all that strategy energy, they would have maybe tried to control you. That's kind of what I'm getting, is like this person maybe wants to hide you away, but they want access to your energy, and like they just want it for themselves, but they get it like vicariously through you. What the thing is, this person's supposed to like come up through themselves. And so they're not really understanding that here at this current time. So they speak really highly of you. They speak of like fascination. They always want to know what you're doing and who you're talking to. I feel like this person may check your social media every day. Like, you know, like as soon as they get on a lunch break or something, they jump on your social media to see what kind of conversations you're having. For some of you, it's like you travel or you have traveled. They want to know like, I'm hearing, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? So it's like they want to know like where you are, you know. And Carmen Sandiego, if you remember that kids show, she was like a secret detective, you know, and she was like kind of, so I don't know, it's like your mind. This person's like really, really, I just heard your mind. Because I said your mind, like this person's really drawn to your mind, but they're possessive over you. This person, they see what's theirs. They're very possessive over you. They feel like you have like a lot going on. And this is death of abundance. So again, like that could be this person's lack mindset. So they're seeing you through this lens. But for some of you, it's like there is some kind of death situation where you've transformed yourself and into abundance. But it's like you changed your mind, something here like that. And yeah, this person thinks that you're like very humorous here as well. So again, this person thinks very highly of you. This person might always see you in a group or like out socializing, or they just imagine that you're always kind of doing this. Yeah, so let me get some cards here. This person thinks you're mad skillful, very talented. There could be a skill that you have, oh, and humor means quality. In medical terms, quality. So this person thinks you're quality, but it means more like the humor. Is it like tissue or bone or something? Yeah, this person watches you. This person really watches you. Okay, how do they see? Okay, oh, this is so interesting. I'm wondering if you guys have like a bit of a tiff, even if it's like in the astrals. Even if it's in the astrals with this Lilith card, because you know Lilith she wants to be on top sometimes, you know. And this person's wanting to control you. So I feel like there's I don't know, something here. But this person thinks that you are very, very attractive and very powerful. And like it's hard to get you to like submit. Why does this? I feel like this person wants you to submit to them. Can you tell me more about that? I don't really like that. Power play. Oh, but like it's this low self-esteem. They feel like you have options. This person loves you from afar is what I'm getting. This person acts like they're tough and they're sad. They're like much more sensitive. This is what I was talking about with men earlier. This person is sensitive on the inside, but they don't feel like they're allowed to show that sensitivity. So instead, they act like they're tough. They act like they're strategic or something, but they're not being themselves, you know? And I think you pick up on that. My gosh, I just saw the Frankenstein card here in this deck. They might feel a little bit like Frankenstein's monster, but you are wish fulfillment to this person. They see that you're just independent, you're thriving. So what is the deal with the way this person's looking at you? This person is so attracted to you. They are really, really attracted to you. They just like look at you from afar. Wow. And you're just like living your life. Like this person just, I don't know. It's like this person watches you do like the most mundane of things and they're like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this person has a lot of work to do, but I'm hearing they are doing it. Like this person's energy is rising. This person is having a Kundalini awakening. They are moving from these lower selfish energies, the first two chakras here. They are starting to like move up. And this person is in the process, they're gaining clarity. They're shaping an identity of who it is that they are. And they're standing strong in knowing that identity. That's something that you're teaching this person and that your friends are teaching this person is kind of what I'm getting as well too. Because I think for a lot of you have a good solid group of people around you that know themselves. And so this person, like, that's what I'm getting is like, they didn't really have their identity validated as a child. I'm getting that this has to do with a male authority figure, probably a dad, that just did not, like reinforce their identity to them. Like you are this. So instead this person like will have an experience or something, and then it'll kind of change the way that they feel about themselves. So they are solidifying their identity in terms of like developing their philosophies. I feel like developing their philosophies and what they actually believe and what they actually think is actually really, really helping this person. And that's why it's been so difficult that the types of conversations that they've been around were not helpful for them. It wasn't helping them cut their teeth. That was actually in a spiritual way. That was like through a spiritual lens, that's what was holding this person back the most, is the level of like very surface level gossipy, chatty conversations around this person. If this person had even just been in a different environment for a length of time, and I'm specifically hearing if they had more men around them for some reason, if they had more men around them, it would have sharpened them up a little bit and it would have helped them develop their philosophies. Because this person kind of really connecting with, well, what do I actually believe? What do I actually think? Instead of kind of being mind controlled and allowing their identity to be shifted and molded through improper mirroring is what I'm getting. So this person's been controlled by improper mirroring. So I think they've been around a lot of people where if they didn't get with the program and do whatever other people said that they wanted them to do, or espouse the beliefs or live up to the beliefs and the values that other people felt that they should be living up to, whether or not they believed them themselves, then it would affect their identity. They would think, oh, well, those people don't like me. Instead of thinking, because I think this is something you've shown this person. It reminds me of the Albert Einstein quote where he says, if you go your whole life if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life thinking it's stupid. This person's been in a situation like that where they've been around people where they don't actually represent their values, but this person hasn't had. This is what this is, that there's a cycle that you're interrupting where this person has never been able to cultivate what their own philosophies, their own sense of selfhood, what they truly believe. Because they might have had a family that put a lot of pressure on them. So they were just in this perpetual hamster wheel of trying to keep up with the limits and the expectations that were put upon them. So they were judging themselves because other people were judging them by their ability to climb a tree. It never occurred to them like, wait a minute, I'm a fish. I'm not supposed to be climbing a tree. I'm supposed to be sliding. I'm a rainbow fish. I'm supposed to be like sliding through the waters. And I think this is something that you and your group of friends, this person's like, you have some weird friends, but they get you. They get you and they mirror you back appropriately because they get you. They understand who you are. They understand your heart. And this is something that's really important for this person to see because they're starting to realize I'm just in the wrong place. I'm just around the wrong people. I'm just in the wrong groups. I'm in the wrong conversations. And that's what's really throwing me off. So this person is cutting their teeth on, they might be reading philosophy books. I'm hearing Marcus Aurelius, Okay, and I always think of this Marcus Aurelius quote where he says, stop dreaming about being a good man and just be one. And I feel like this just applies to people. It's like, oh, well, good man will do this. It's like, stop. Like, stop getting in your head about it. Just do it. Just be one. And I feel like that's what this person's kind of like learning. But instead, they always have these extra steps where they're like, well, how are people going to see me? How is so-and-so going to react if I do this? So they always have these extra steps, but that's where the confidence comes in enough to say like, nope, I'm this person. I feel this way. I love this person. And I feel like this is exactly the stuff this person would need in order to love you and to love you well. To say, actually, this is my person. This is the life that I'm trying to live. And you are the inspiration here, but you cannot do the work for this person. This all has to go, I'm hearing scaffolding. This person has to first build the scaffolding, that they can put up and then they can build their building or fix their building or like whatever, So it's like a process. It's multi-stepped and there is no shortcut. Somebody was asking that. How can you speed this up? Well, there's no shortcut. To this energy because there's a lot for this person to do. And it's unfortunate because I feel like this person, this is definitely ties back to some kind of women thing. Like, either it was women who were saying this, or it's like, well, in order to get a woman, you have to be this way, this way, this way, or women are this certain way, so you have to be this certain way, otherwise you're going to get taken advantage of. Like, there's something here about that this person now has to dismantle and then like rebuild. Well, there's no shortcut, and it's like really unfortunate for this person. I feel like you can have some compassion, because they should have been assisted. Like, this person used to be a child. Some of you shouldn't forget that, is what I'm being told. Look at this person like they're a little child, you know? They were once a little child. They had parents that should have been parents to them and should have been like walking them through this, and didn't. They completely dropped the ball. So even though you're looking at this person like a big, strong man, like, yeah, or a big, strong woman, like whatever it is, well, this person, they didn't have the best start in life in regards to their social, emotional relationships. And they are actually engaging in this, you know? Yeah, and I do think this person kind of has like kind of childlike qualities, because the lower chakras to me kind of remind me of that. It's like, well, I just want to do this, and you know, so I want to do this, and this, you know, it's kind of impulsive. This person may be a little fidgety. They might be a little bit impulsive, like a child here as well. But that's not the same thing as like actually connecting with your intuition. That's that Peter Pan energy versus the hermit. You know, because the hermit can go his own way, is very independent, can go his own way, much like Peter Pan wants to go his own way. He doesn't want to go down the natural course of development, but there's a healthy way to do that and an unhealthy way to do that. The hermit is the healthy way to do that, going within, knowing who you are. That builds the confidence. This person doesn't have that confidence. Yeah. And instead, I think that's where they try to take confidence from other people. They may have tried to, music taste sucks, this conversation. They try to take the confidence from other people. And I think in part, this person has tried to win confidence or get confidence by being with a certain type of partner. That's where we, like the energy that we were getting. They're not just trying to be with a certain kind of partner because they're vain. This person knows that their partnership is like hollow or empty, or that the person that they're with is kind of, doesn't care about the same things that they care about. It's not that they're a bad person. It's just that they don't reflect their inner world. Like, this person understands that, but it's like, they don't have the confidence to like, just say like, I'm fine because I'm fine. Like, that's that yang energy. And in esoterica, like, yang energy is the most difficult energy to cultivate, because it really does mean going against the grain. We all have to cultivate our own yang energy. And if we don't, we get kind of like to think about nature. And I just said the Kundalini, the feminine energy, grows up off of the earth. Well, it's reaching for the sun. It's reaching towards that yang energy. It has to go after the yang energy in order to be able to come up off the earth. Otherwise, it's going to get sucked into all of nature. Everything else is going to pull it down or overshade it or something like that. So this person is, oh my gosh, he's petrified of silence. I just heard the Alanis Morissette song. She goes, "Why are you so petrified of silence?" And then it goes quiet. "Here, can you handle this? Did you think about your bills, your ex, your deadlines, and when you think you're gonna die? Did you long for the next distraction?" Yeah, so this person does have a problem with silence and just spending time alone, but they're coming out of this. They are actually spending time alone because they feel alone. So there's a higher path open to this person and a lower path because they already feel alone. They've built a life for themselves that doesn't reflect their values in any way. It's all these other people's values. So they feel alone. They don't have any question about that. It's actually through cultivating a relationship with self that they can actually get out of this situation to begin with. That's their only way out. Otherwise, and I think this has been a tower moment for this person, having to spend time alone. It's really like shaken their foundations. I've been getting this energy this entire reading. It's really shaken their foundations. And the Tower card for me, when it's positive, often represents some kind of period of enlightenment. And I think you leaving or you refusing to submit is what actually has sparked this person's inner Tower moment. And they might have judged you. They might have blamed you at first. Like, oh my gosh, you're all the things that men call women. Now I'm getting on the bandwagon. All the things that men call women who are strong when they are just trying to get out of their own responsibility. Like, oh my gosh, you're mean, or you're... you know, whatever, because they wanted to stay in that Peter Pan kind of an energy. Yeah. So they view you as this Temperance energy. They kind of view you as a prize to be won a little bit. They think after they need to think this way. I know you're going to think this is wrong, and it is. On a certain level, it's wrong to think of people this way, as like an object or a prize or something. But this person needs this for their current state of development. It's almost like you're the carrot that Spirit is using to kind of dangle. And you may well be with each other. Like, it's not even saying like in another lifetime for sure. but you're the goal. This person feels like if they incorporate these lessons, that they will get you. But this person also feels like when they get the respect that they deserve, that they will get you. So I think they're still equating this with some material success here, which isn't the point. But it's like this person is still, they're actually going within. And they are taking action out in the material world, which is what you want. Because even though this person doesn't understand that they're kind of being moved in the right direction by incorrect means, they are being moved in that direction because you want somebody who's capable of taking action, who's confident enough to go after the things that they want. And they're learning that. They are learning that here. But they do feel stuck. They feel stagnant. They understand that they need a new lens through which to view the world. And that's what they're actually building up here. And they do understand this person's in their head a lot. And Spirit is going to try to get this person to drop down into their heart space. Right now, they're trying to figure it out almost like a puzzle. They're trying to figure you out almost like a puzzle because they think that you just skate through life. None of us skate through life like this, in my opinion, but this is how this person sees you, that you just live in kind of like, it could be an older person. Yeah. Look, they're reaching out for the fairy. This person feels like all mechanized and they're, you know, and with this image of Frankenstein, see how he's all sewn together here? So this person feels like, remember I said that they were trying to put that collage together of you, like taping it all together? This person actually feels built together, like just kind of copied and pasted. And they're waiting for that spark. There's that tower moment, the lightning strike that is going to animate them, bring them to life. You know, and I'm hearing that Evanescence song, Bring Me to Life. But they're reaching for you. This person is like very much reaching for you. They want to be a part of your world. Yeah, this person really was just disconnected from their inner realms. And a lot of men are. A lot of women are too, you know. But a lot of men are not encouraged. It's like boys don't cry. I feel like this person could have grown up in a culture, in a home. It's like boys don't cry. Boys aren't emotional. This person is emotional. Yeah, oh my gosh. This person watches you. They think that you are this like unicorn. They also feel upset. They don't like what they see. They see you changing and transforming, and this person is trying to keep up. This person's trying to keep up. And they feel defensive of whatever it is that they found out here because this person, I'm hearing little man syndrome, like this person wants to be seen in a certain way by you. So they are a little bit resentful here. I also think you're mad at this person. That unicorn, or is it a unicorn? It's a Pegasus. That Pegasus looks, even though it's like pink and pretty and beautiful, like looks angry, scorned, mad, upset. So you're mirroring in that. Because you see this person as this, Page of Pentacles, Baron Samedi, I already mentioned him in the last live, that he is, he's from like the voodoo traditions, and he like cheated on his wife a lot and was just kind of like, didn't grow up. I do actually, can you hear it in my voice? But we're getting ready to wrap this up here, so you're disappointed for sure. The Hierophant. This person is very surprised they're surprised at you. Because they wanted to put you in a state of grief. This person is surprised that whatever game they tried to run, that usually works on other people, that's that strategy energy. They are surprised that didn't work. That's what this is. So this person's a little salty because they feel like their strategy, their strategy didn't work. Tell me more about that. This person might have wanted to break your heart, make you feel responsible for something here, cause you a burden in some way. Oh my gosh, the Three of Swords again. They could have tried to put you in a third-party situation. They might have tried to alienate you. Why would they have done this? Somehow, some way. Oh, thank you, babe. My husband just gave me a water. Somehow, some way, this person felt like doing this was going to end them up in like was going to build your emotions for them, get you to stop and turn around and look at them and get a relationship with them. And they felt like that was justice. They felt like that was some kind of redemption. Why did they feel like that was a redemption? Why did they feel like that was a redemption? I feel like this person's thought process, I have to like reach. This person's so prideful and egotistical. I have to like reach to understand the way this person's thinking about things. They're all tied up in their head about you. Why did this person do this? They were being defensive, but also notice like this is the 9 of Wands, and like the lantern reminds me of the Hermit. And remember in the first pile when I was saying like this person was looking at the lantern and you were in the lantern, but this person was like all on fire for you. So a lot of passion. This is like passion energy of like sexuality, but also anger. Why is this person so mad? This person is mad at you. Mad that they can't control you. Mad that you're protective, mad that you're defensive. And they like tried to make you pay for that. They try to judge you. I just can't help but notice all the fire in these cards. So all this fire here, all this passion energy was preventing this person from seeing you clearly, which is this lantern energy, right? And seeing that you were actually upset. You didn't like the way that you were being treated. You felt disrespected here in this situation. And this person felt vindicated by allowing this passionate energy to lead them. And look, this is this envy energy. So this person was very envious. They were very jealous. And that is what was like causing the flare up, causing them to behave a certain way to you, but it was like all out of control, like fire, and it was just like spreading. And this person just let it go unchecked. This person just let it go unchecked. They might have, and what's crazy is like this person would then look at this lantern, and I don't know if you can tell, but the light is kind of like bleeding outward. So they thought that they were containing it or that they were controlling it. Yeah, like there's something here about you being protective for sure. Why did this person try to hurt you? How did this person try to hurt you? This person got hooked up with an ex. I'm strongly getting that. This person could have hooked up with an ex. Yeah. Because they thought that was gonna, I don't know what they thought. Woman around him wasn't over her. Tell me about this energy with the ex. Poisons of the past. Could have wanted, this has to do with material goals. Wanting a nice house, wanting to be seen a certain way. Prideful. This is the F fight cycle. I don't want to say the word, but this is like makeup breakup. So this person has been in like an acrimonious relationship for a really long time. And so they got used to that vibrational level. And again, you've given this person a comparison. So that's how they learn to behave. Both of them behave that way. That's the level that they match up on. And so that, yeah, like this person has got used to game playing, making mind games. I'm hearing mind games, player behavior, making each other jealous. Okay, so yeah, like they could have been married. This person was an empress, but Kali is, very fiery. And she's usually stepping on Shiva's head. This person's used to being controlled by women or by a woman. This could be a mother figure as well, if it's not an ex. This person's used to being controlled by women. And they're resentful of that, and I feel like they took it out on you. They're resentful of that because you naturally do this. Like you just naturally have this effect on them because they like you. But they because they're used to being in this like acrimonious kind of situation, they mistakenly thought that you were trying to control them. And for a lot of you, it's like you were just standing in your own power. You were just setting boundaries that you had every right to set. You were just being like, and this person blamed you. And they thought that I'm hearing the song Vindicated. They felt vindicated. Tell me about this energy. This energy affects a lot of things. I'm just going to look into this feminine energy really quick. Controlling money, controlling finances, controlling the giving and receiving. So this person either does have control over this person in a purse strings kind of way, either because they have children with them or they share a house together. For some of you, I'm hearing there's like a house contract, there's a mortgage or something. For others of you, if this is a mother, then it's like an inheritance or something like that. bank account. But if it is a partner, it's like the love. They would give and receive love if this person did what they wanted or didn't do what they wanted. I'm noticing the hook. I've never seen the hook that she's holding in her hand in this card before. And so I feel like she tries to get a hook, some kind of hook in, which with the Empress being here, it could be child, but it also could be money. It's his mom. Yeah, for a lot of them, it's like this mother figure. Yeah, they don't see this energy clearly. They don't see this energy clearly. I keep seeing the Page of Swords. They're very confused. That's what causes them confusion in regard. That's why they can't see you clearly. This person put a blockage up or puts a blockage up. They could, hold on one second. There might even be another person here who does this person's bidding. Because notice like she's got all these skulls and then he's got these skulls like attached to the side here, this King of Cups. So there could be like a person that this mother figure sends out. It might even be religion with the King of Cups being here, some kind of creative person. This is almost coming through like a bodyguard energy. I don't know. I don't know who this would be. And either this is a person that then gets in the way of the person you're asking about becoming the emperor. Why won't he be the king? I know he is. The king I see inside. Like that blocks them from doing that. Or this person just wants to turn this. This is a demotion. Usually kings are great, right? They're mature energy. Not from the emperor. The emperor is a combination of 3 kings. And the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. So this is a demotion and wants to keep them in an emotional space. Uses emotion. This is also why, because the King of Cups for me, of all the cups suits, like he's more performative in his emotions. Like he just carries the stamp of the fish. The other ones have like the actual real fish. So again, she tells him that he's spiritual if he does this, that, or the other thing. She tells him that he's loving if he does this, that, or the other thing. She tells him that he's nurturing if he does this, that, and the other thing. So she defines these words so that she can grade him, so that she can give him his report card. And it's really confused this person. And look, she's got the cup. So he's the King of Cups. She's got the cup. She may have something on this person. It might literally be a child. And it keeps this person weakened, but they don't see that it's going on. This is interesting. Or it's something about their childhood. But it's just routine. Spirit, what else can you... This is a blockage. Okay, this is very clearly showing up as a blockage. And you're being protected. Okay, like this blockage is actually protecting you because you don't want any of this. You don't want this person knowing about you, or she'll eat you. Look at that. She'll eat you. Not that you can't like handle yourself. It's just a lot of strife here. And you would think that you're having emotional conversation. Like until this person deals with this, the thing is like you would think that you're having emotional conversations with this person, that they understand where you're coming from. And in reality, you would not get anywhere with this person. You just really wouldn't, because they never connect to their own inner self. So there's no traction. I'm just seeing somebody like spinning their tires, you know? This is a total blockage. They're blocked off from their own heart space. They're blocked off from their own religion and spirituality, and like their own views. This goes back into their own philosophies. Therefore, they can't have a happy, healthy relationship with you. This is an absolute blockage. And that also, it keeps them in their low self-esteem energy. It keeps them, this person, I don't care how successful you think this person is, they feel poor. It keeps them in this like poor energy of like they're poor, they're never good enough, which is the confidence energy. Okay, so I'm having the opposite effect in this reading than I had in pile number 2, because I'm like, man, I've been talking for a while. I'm going to kind of wrap this up. And I'm like, no, I need to keep going because I feel like I've pulled on a thread here. This is the key, this like mother figure energy that's coming up here. that's actually led to the blockage. And I feel like, no, I finally got the thread. So I feel like this person may be tired and exhausted, and it's like they finally got it, and then they're like, oh my gosh, I've already been on such a journey to kind of figure this out that I don't want to go further into this because it's taking up too much of my time and energy. But now it's like I got it, and I just want to keep pulling on it because it just feels like we're actually going to like get somewhere with this. So this is how this person sabotages as well. It's like, I've already done all of this work. You know, something here like that. This is an absolute blockage for this person. And they feel lonely. They feel lonely. Yeah. This person has harmed 3 people in service, or maybe ended 3 relationships. I just heard the A word that relates to children, that relates to not having children. Could have done that. Related to this. This person has harmed 3 people in some way in service of this, like, 4 even. Okay, so more people, but there's 3 like maybe recent or 3 that you've known. This person hurts people, and it's because of this feminine energy, and you're being protected from this. You're being protected from this. Why are you being protected? No, I don't want to say what it is. It doesn't matter. But this person just, they could have actually done that. I don't know. It's like they've hurt because you're changing, because you phoenixed out of this. I think that came up. Somebody was like, I phoenixed out of that. Yeah. And you're the truth. Like, you're the truth. Oh, yeah. That could be it too. Because I'm an angel. That's really tragic. Yeah, but this person, you have to understand, they don't have the proper perspective. This person's in some way mind controlled. In some way, they're mind controlled. They don't understand that they don't have the truth because they don't. This is a person who does not take responsibility for their actions, first of all, because they never try to look at the world through their own lens. They just buy this person's view of the world. And I'm hearing like, do this, do this, do this, and then I'll love you. Or do this, do this, do this, and then you'll get the house when I die. You know? What can you do to unravel this energy? You can't really do anything. You moving away from this is what you can do. You seeing the truth of this. Oh, sorry. I just like really touched that microphone. You seeing the truth of this, you holding up a mirror to this person and engaging with them on the level that they deserve, having conversations. You don't, and I wouldn't even like necessarily point this out like, oh, you talking to your mom again? I see we talking to mommy dearest. Like, you know, like I wouldn't even point this out because you're just going to like trigger this person. It's just, who do I need to go slap just? His mama. Like I would just remain in your energy, keep being the person that you are, because this person needs a reality check. And that's what you give them. Just keep being the truth. I just saw, oh my gosh. Okay, so there's this SNL skit. It's called That Weird Little Flute. You should totally watch that after this. It's hilarious. It's a song. It's Pete Davidson, Kid Cudi, and somebody else in that. It's That Weird Little Flute. And it talks about that weird little flute that always shows up in the rap songs. It's like a piccolo. It's like you're that new interesting sound, and it's like, wait, what? That shouldn't be in the rap song. You just keep being that. Just because in that song they talk about this girl who's first chair. Like she's the flute. She's first chair, which means she's the best. And they're like, she's the truth. I play pool. Like you're the truth in this situation. Yeah, just be the contrast. Like, and it's nothing that you have to do. You're very much in your feminine energy. Feminine energy is about being. Just be yourself. I'm hearing that, the genie. Just be yourself. The last thing you want to do, remember I'm telling you, this person's in their strategic energy. The last thing you want to do is get into your strategic energy. Hold true to your values. Make your choices that are in alignment with your values. I highly doubt you're a person who wants to scheme. And I think that there's like a wisdom here because you can't push things along. There's no shortcuts. Anytime you think that oh, I'm just going to do this little thing and that little thing and I don't have to fully go through the process. That's devil energy. Don't fall into that. Just stick true to your own self. For some of you, that's mirroring your own, like you're attuning your own energy here. And start to pick that apart within yourself. Why do you want to move him? Not the person who just commented, but it's like, why do you want to move this along so quickly? Because there's a deficit in you. There's something that you're trying to get to because you need this person in your life. I'm telling you, you don't need any of this. You don't need any of this. So it's like you have this idea of this person in your mind, or you see who they can be. Even for a lot of you, it's like, why won't he be the king? I know he is, right? Like, just, you have to accept people as they are. You know, you just have to accept people as they are. You can love them, but part of loving people truly and genuinely is seeing them as they are, you know? Okay, so I'm getting ready to wrap this up. Anything else? Okay, this person is bad news that they're around. I really dislike this card in this deck, like, strongly, because this person to me just seems so fake and so phony, and like they just want what they want. And she has those like really sharp nails, and you know, you think she's a mermaid, and then like she has that weird little tail at the end. I don't like it. I don't like this card. Yeah. This person, oh, it's like mirrored posture here as well too. So this person this Empress, this mother figure, tries to harvest the fruit. She just is a vampire. She's a vampire. She's phony as hell. That wouldn't surprise me. And they may have replicated this. If you know that this person's in a relationship with someone, they may have replicated this. So let's see. Anything else, Spirit, before we wrap this up? This person sees you as somebody that they can move along with. Oh my gosh. So remember the Knight of Cups came out? But then also the Death card. So this person right now is clinging to this behavior. They might feel a little petulant, but you know, this is because it's not fun for them to look at this part of themselves. And they just feel like you're doing the most. You're out here living your best life. This person also might be taking things that you say to your friends, to these other people, very personally. Like, I don't think that you are trying to say anything, but they're like, because, oh, I'm hearing you cannot love two masters. So this person, or you cannot obey two masters. So it's like this person is busy trying to please this Empress, right? That we've talked about, this mother figure. This mother figure is leading them astray, and they are phony as hell. And so this person is busy trying to be phony as hell, right? To get the little pats on the head, the attaboy, you know? And you require the exact opposite from this person. And we've talked about this. This is kind of, I like to compare it to the nervous system. If your parasympathetic nervous system is working, by default, your sympathetic nervous system is not working, and vice versa. So this mother figure is a sympathetic nervous system. Keeps this person in an agitated state. They want to keep this person in a state of fight or flight and feeling not enough. And keeping them all whipped up makes them very easily controllable. You want this person in the exact opposite energy. You require them to be in the exact opposite energy. Calm, confident, authentic, determining their own courses of action, determining their own values, their own philosophies. This is the choice in front of this person, and you have to let them make it. And you need to make your own choices here in this situation as well. So this person feels salty about this, and they might be blaming you. They might be projecting out that you're the problem because my mom said you're the problem. My mom said you're the problem. My mom said you don't believe XYZ. My mom said you won't get in line. My mom said she can't wear a white wedding dress to our wedding. My mom said she, you know, whatever nonsense this is, you know. So you must be wrong because this person doesn't. Okay, so this person, like I said, they have accepted this mother figure's viewpoint as the truth. It's not the truth. The truth is the truth. This person does not measure you or your philosophies or the things you say on a metric of truth. They measure it up to what this Empress figure says. So they think you're wrong. Even when you're living your own truth. Even when right? So this person's going to feel a little salty. And then like the armband for me is allegiance. So it's like this person has a strong allegiance to something here. Something trickery. Something angry, you know? And they're clinging to this with the Death card. They're clinging to this and they need to go down the river Styx. They need to go on this like inward journey in order to release this, in order to let this go. This person, I think you've given this person a shot of the truth. And if you keep staying in your own energy, that's really the only thing that you can do. That's really the only thing that you can do. Could be bondage. And this allegiance could be to a family, could be to a religion, could be to a thought system, I don't know. But it's poisons from their past. It's poisons from their past. It's an illusion. This person, I think they fantasize about finally winning this mother figure's approval. That's what they think they want more than anything. That's going to have to change. You can't want an abuser's approval. Some of you know that firsthand. You can't be in a position where you want that because it's ever elusive. It's the carrot, like kind of, they need to learn this for themselves, that they sell themselves up the river, they sell themselves short, and that this Empress brings only death. Brings only death. So you are just being advised here, keep hidden if you can. To stay out of it, keep hidden. I'm telling you, you do not want to be around this energy. You don't want her to know who you are either, because she's nasty and she'll target you, especially if she starts to notice the hold that you have on this person, that this person actually considers you, thinks about you mentally, thinks about the things you say. This Empress will attack you. They will target you, or maybe even try to take what it is that you have. So you want to make sure you're keeping your energy. I know somebody said they have kids. You want to make sure you're keeping your energy and your kids' energy as protected as possible. That's your main priority. You need to recognize that if this person, they're on the wrong team right now. They're on the wrong team. And so long as they need to be on the wrong team, you are going to have to be defensive. It can't be otherwise. This person's going to blame you for that because they don't see with a higher perspective. They don't see through the eyes of wisdom. Any sane person would be defensive in the line of fire with the energy that they've presented you with. It cannot be otherwise. So for a lot of you, remember I said you have this higher vibrational energy, and you're learning how to step into these lower chakras. Confidence, power. Some of you may have to fight, like especially if you have kids and like you're wrapped up here in this with this person. You may have to stand up for yourself in some way, like actually say, no, I'm not going to be treated this way. And it might be to this person, and if you know this Empress already, it might be to her. No. Stop. Enough. And then she's going to make you out to be wrong. Oh my gosh, can you believe the nerve of this person? Set up a boundary. They had enough of a backbone to tell me no. Nobody tells me no. This person doesn't tell me no. Right? So you have to show, some of you might be called to do that, even just to show this person that in fact it can be done, and that this person isn't all powerful, especially in the realm of like their thoughts. Some of you are literally leading the way as to how to stand up to this person. So you are learning how to come online and stand in your own power. Because I think a lot of you are very, very nice. Like you're just, and it's not this is what you're learning. Standing up for yourself, holding a boundary, having a backbone, having a spine doesn't make you a mean person. Okay? People who are confused and oftentimes like caught in this web of lies themselves they're the crabs trying to pull you back down, right? But these abusers will have you thinking that you standing up for yourself is, and you want to watch how you're doing it. You want to be respectful. You want to don't ever compromise your integrity in the face of somebody like this. Never stoop to their level. Get in, get out. Say as little words as possible to get your point across. So I think you're learning, because this person refuses to snap over into a healthier energy, and they're continuing to stay in that agitated state, you're learning opposite lessons and you can't take a path together. Until this person does that, they might be positioning themselves as your enemy. They're going to have to envy the life that you're living, because it's a whole different set of traits that leads down that path. And you may have to defend yourself against them. And they're not going to understand that. And you have to get comfortable with that. So all of this is your lesson. What can you do? Stop thinking about what you can do in terms of the material world. There's nothing you can do to change something in the material world. That's the devil energy talking. You're just going to make it worse. Your energy is you're going to taint your own energy. It's going to come across different than this person. Everything I just said about this person is going to be true for you. You're in an agitated state. They're going to have to defend against you. You guys are going to have this kind of an energy, right? Instead of just like, you do you, my boundary is clear. Me setting a boundary is not me being offensive. And stand strong in that truth. Me setting a boundary is not me being offensive. I feel like it'll be painted that way. So you have to stand strong in the courage of your own convictions and know that you are the light. You are leading the way here. Some of you might be very uncomfortable in taking the lead, right? So how they see you in this pile, we more talked about this at the beginning of the reading. My readings kind of do this, where I try to answer the main question, the beginning of the reading, pretty generic, and then we get like kind of into the nitty gritty. So I'll just, you know, going back to the beginning of the reading, like this person sees you as being very connected. They want a lot of your energy for themselves. They really see you having like these bright ideas, this easy way of talking and communicating. They see you as being very empathetic, all this stuff. They really envy you. But they need to switch over to the mindset that they can actually have that for themselves. And then they'll actually be vibrating on your same energy. And the two of you will be able to take a path together. So right now they kind of see you a bit though as like, they have a lot of respect and admiration, but remember how this kind of gets twisted. So this person like has respect, admiration. They find you incredibly attractive. They want to be with you. They want to be around you. They want to experience the world as you experience it. But it twists, and then this person feels intimidated by you. They feel personally attacked. They feel like defensive. When you start to suggest the changes in mindset and the changes in path that actually lead you to this energy, this person kind of refuses to see you as a leader. They kind of refuse to respect you. Because this mother figure, whoever they are, they take up so much room, so much energy. It's like, I'm the only one who can be respected. I'm the only one who can be believed, because they're wrong. They're wrong. This mother figure is flat wrong. And so they have to kind of like create this kind of lies, and they like to position themselves in opposition to any positive force that could get this person to wake up, grow a spine, and be independent. And so long as they, I'm hearing suckle at the teat, so long as they suckle at the teat of this mother figure and the poisoned milk that is offered there, they cannot take the path with you. That's not up for you to decide. So, all right. They see you as a very peaceful person though. They see you positively, but then their mind does this weird warpy thing, and it's because they've been brainwashed. Their brainwashing takes over, or this other person's voice takes over, and it corrupts it. So it's a thing that's happening here. They see you very positively. There's a warping, and that's like, could be, yeah, it absolutely, like, it could be a friend that reminds him of his mom. And like I was saying, there's like a group of women kind of around. And there is somebody two-faced here as well, because like, again, Mercury dual, feminine dual. So I feel like they show one side to one person. This is a person who will show one side to one person because it serves them over there, probably to this person you're asking about. And then they've shown you a completely different side of themselves. And this person doesn't understand that. They don't quite realize that you've seen another side to this person, and that other people see another side to this person. This two-faced person is like very choosy as like what side of them comes out. So I am going to call it there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love doing these lives. The month of July, I'm doing live streams. I don't know if I'm going to continue doing them like weekly. We always do a live stream every month over on Patreon. I'm just kind of like considering this. I really like the energy of the lives and like actually connecting like with you guys and with your energy. This is such an energizing experience. So we'll have another live. When do we go on vacation? So next weekend we don't have a live? So next weekend it'll be a pre-recorded reading. Thank you guys so much. But after that we'll keep doing more lives. If you guys like the lives, I would love to know. Yeah, so we'll just kind of figure out how it is that we're going to do this. I want to do like more lives. I really do like the energy here. So thank you for coming. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you to the two of you who gave me the super chats. Thank you so much. And yeah, thank you guys for showing up. And for those of you who are patrons, I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. And we're doing the debriefing closure reading. So, all right. Okay, thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your Friday. Bye, guys.